This is going to be a weird interrupted stream, maybe. I don't know. Still waiting on the roofers. They never turned up on Friday, so I didn't stream for any reason at all. There was no reason for me not to stream. There we go. So I've got one earphone off. I'm probably going to swap periodically just to make sure my ears don't get too sore. So I can keep an ear out for the door in case they're not whilst Angel is busy. I think Angel's busy until just after my break, at which point I'll both of them on. I guess all he is. But let's continue. I believe we have Joseph's and Robert's second dates today, and then Old's third date, which hopefully will get the good endings.
Welcome. You've got dads.
Hopefully we'll get the good endings, but who knows. Oh, is the song? Yeah, the song's a bit loud, I guess. TLDR about what I just said, because that menu music is incredibly loud. The roofers never turned up on Friday, so there was no reason for me not to stream. I was just hanging around doing nothing all day. They're supposed to be arriving today. I've sent them a message, but they've never replied. They haven't replied yet with an ETA, so I've got my earphone off, one ear, so I can hear the door while Angel is busy, so I can answer the door and handle it all. And then we'll take it from there after my break, if they haven't arrived or have replied to my text. But Joseph and Robert's second dates today, and then, as I said last time, we're just going to go backwards through them, so we'll leave my favourite and chat's favourite characters for last. Joseph. It is time for some daddies, Harry. You are not wrong. My need to make money overrode my desire to be on hand for the builders, for the roofers. So I was just going to stream Bloodborne to the Discord, the PSX version to the Discord server, but I need money. I'm not doing great, Ari. I'm not doing great, but hopefully some cool gameplay and some cute chat members will help. It's been a long day of clipping coupons. Looks like there's a sale on boxed brownie mix. I hate hearing my voice, by the way. Doing this with only one earphone on is horrible. That reminds me. I wonder what Joseph's up to. How are you, Ari? How's the new job working out for you? I should see if he wants to hang out. Or if he wants to go to the store with me and use these coupons. Looks like he's online. Hey Joseph, wanna hang? Takes a moment for Joseph to respond. Busy AF? Do you like being busy? Are you one of those people? Duncan, hope you finally recovered from your brownie-induced coma, and I know I promised you a fun hang, but tonight I'm actually chaperoning a youth group mixer. Amanda's invited, of course. If you're not doing anything, you should come. I know I can take the doorbell thingy up with me, babe, but the amount of people who don't seem to notice we have a doorbell button is quite high. In fact, the roofers last time knocked on the door as well, so I'm not sure that bringing the doorbell thingy up with me will help. Few people actually ring it. Not really. In which case, Ari, my commiserations. Oh, that sounds nice. And be a chaperone with me, because I need the help. Oh, that's nice. Hey, this is just Hugo's first day all over again. We've been hoodwinked, chat. We've been hoodwinked into being responsible. Duncan Mann is not a responsible adult. I think for a moment. I'm a little bummed out, of course. I suppose I just wanted some me and Joseph time. Maybe to get to know him a little better. What the heck. My friend needs my help. I type back. Buddy, if you need me, you got me. Just tell me where I need to be tonight. Joseph lets me know the details. It starts pretty soon. Oh, I should get ready. I also wasn't planning on streaming, so I have a really small mug. I don't know if it's easy to see or not, but I got this in a merch box. A merch blind box from a con that I went to. It's a UAC mug from Doom. It's pretty cool. I should play Doom on stream at some point. I knock on Amanda's door and peek in. Duncan, hey Amanda, I'm about to head out. Amanda, where are you off to? You gonna go extreme couponing? Duncan, I'm actually gonna go chaperone this youth mixer dance thing that's happening at Joseph's church. He says you're invited, but if you don't want to go, I'll cover for you. Amanda, you know what? I'm down. Maybe I can make some new friends. Duncan, that's a good attitude. Amanda, but I'll have you know that I'm mostly doing this for the potential of free food. Amanda, I respect that. You'll note, chat, that I always do this. I never do it the other way around, because the other way around is a swear in British English, body language culture, and I really just hate, I just don't like the way it looks. Duncan, thank you, Amanda. You get 4 daughter points today. Amanda's all of us. Oh yeah, Amanda is every post-grad. Is every graduate, sorry. Amanda, can I trade them in for a daughter lava lamp? Duncan, sorry, you won't have enough for a daughter spider ring, or some of those daughter plastic jumpy frogs. Amanda, I like those things. Duncan, they try their hardest. It's inspirational. I try my hardest. I'm not sure I'm inspirational. Twitch. Please don't ban Twitch. I didn't realise that there'd be pornographic language in this game. I didn't realise it was that kind of game. This game, you know what? Dream Daddy took a turn. I thought I was the daddy, but I guess Jesus is instead. There we go. Oh, also, the Komodo hype reminded me. I added beneath the video player an emote panel that will show you all of the emotes from followers, subscribers, Better TTV, and FFZ emotes. I don't know if you. I assume you need BTTV and FFZ installed to see them, but I don't know. We arrive at the church to find that nobody's there. There are decorations and balloons and banners and everything, but no youths. Amanda, Been to a couple of dances in my life, and not that I want to paint myself as some sort of dance expert, but generally dance requires people and less sex. And those people need to be dancing. All of a sudden, Joseph jogs up to us. He looks frazzled. Yeah, crab. That sign is interesting, unstable earth, isn't it? If the channel suddenly goes dark, we know why.
Oh.
Joseph, you're here. I need your help. Man, I love that crab emote so much. Joseph gestures to the hand-painted banner hanging above the church doors. It reads... Doors? It reads, Jesus is coming.
Hey.
Yikes.
Hey.
Amanda, well, that's certainly a thing. Joseph, God made all things, Amanda. Except for the banner. Ernest made that. Duncan, I genuinely can't tell if you meant that maliciously or if you just can't spell good. Spell what? Okay. That's not good grammar. Joseph, you know what God also does? Forgives. He forgives teenagers and he never, ever breaks their box mods. He went for the e-cigarette chat. Amanda, are you going to break Ernest's box mod? Joseph, no, Amanda, that would be a sin. I think. It's the one right after sloth.
Yeah.
Duncan, I need your help getting this down before anyone sees it. Duncan, I can swing that. Amanda, can you help? Amanda, physical labour, huh? Amanda begins rapidly scanning the mostly empty room, looking for an escape route of her own. I have to go set up the food. Joseph, the food's already set up. Amanda, I'm going to do a final inspection pass on the food to make sure it's up to code. I mean, it's there. I can see it. Duncan. Amanda, I'm going to eat your food. Amanda's able to bolt away before myself or Joseph can get another word in. Joseph, whew, she can really book it when she wants to. Duncan, her father was a giant pair of legs. Okay. Joseph, I did to some giant arms once, but it turned out they were alright. Duncan, you must have been devastated. Joseph, it was again. No. Duncan, no, it's... I get it. Joseph, I'll workshop it. There's a gem in there somewhere.
Yes.
I'm really glad you're here, Duncan. Duncan, are you enjoying my company, or did you just lure me out here with my strong arms and height advantage?
Hey.
Joseph, a little bit of both. Humor suitable for this channel, it really is. Poorly workshopped puns. Duncan, there's always something with you, Joseph.
Nice.
Joseph, something handsome and pious. Wink. Duncan, you're not that pious.
Aye.
Joseph, debatable. Duncan, you just alluded to breaking a child's vape pen.
Oh.
Joseph, I would have lost the debate. You ready to do this? Duncan, let's make some magic happen.
Oh.
look, just cover up the G, and then you've got Jesus is cumin, and everyone knows that religion is the spice of life. Well-known saying. Duncan, magic isn't real. Joseph, magic isn't real, Duncan. God said that. Duncan, God was also a bush one time. Joseph, true. Joseph and I grab a stepladder and walk over to Ernest's banner.
Yeah.
That turd Ernest had one final trick up his sleeve. Looks like this nightmare is stapled and taped 6 ways from Sunday. Duncan, any ideas?
Norm MacDonald!
Joseph, what happened to your strong arms and height advantage? Duncan, right. I forgot about those. But I realised my oversized dad fingers are far too large to get leverage on the tiny staples. Duncan, you got a hammer I can use to pry these off? Joseph, Duncan, this is a church. We get a little nervous around hammers. And nails. I mean, he has a point. He has a point. You can do anything with a hammer and nail. You can put a hole in the communion wine. You can staple the Bible shut. Well, nail the Bible shut, technically, I suppose. Hey, there's one time they nailed the guy to a cross for some reason. That was rad.
Yeah.
I'm kidding, we just don't have a hammer.
Yeah.
But we have to hurry. The youths will be here any moment, unlike the roofers. And I'll never hear the end of it if we don't fix this. Wait, I have an idea. I run to grab the marker that Ernest used to draw this thing and jump back on the ladder. Not just one time. You are correct, Unstable House. But the one time that counts. Duncan, we can't get it down, but we can send a different message. I only got one shot here, let's do this right. Jesus. I want to go with my stupid joke. I really do, but for the sake of attempting to get a good ending. I'm assuming the answer is calming. He does like Jesus is cumin, but Jesus is calming is the better answer. I'm able to turn the U into an A and an L somehow. It's a little tight, but it works. Joseph, well, it's true, I guess. Duncan, bask in his calming presence, Joseph. Relax. Crisis averted. Joseph, let's just hope the youths don't notice. Joseph checks his watch.
Oh.
The DJ should be here by now. Oh, is it Quinn? It's Quinn. I was like, there can't be that many NPCs in this game. Just then the doors swing open and a man struts in with his DJing equipment.
Oh.
Joseph, wait, you're not the usual guy. What happened to Evan? Evan knew exactly when to play the Cupid Shuffle. Spin Master Quinn. Hey, I'm not Evan. Evan sold all his DJ equipment to backpack through Europe, so I'm filling in for him. I do envy him, though. What I would give to drop everything and start over. Wait, it's the sad guy from the trivia place.
Yeah.
Joseph, are you alright?
I am so sad.
It's so sad, chat. Spin Master Quinn. Alright, I'm better than alright. I'm DJ Spin Master Quinn. He sighs heavily. I usually do trivia nights, but I moonlight on the 1s and 2s to give myself a sense of purpose in life. Is he okay? Joseph, well, you'll have to do. You have a playlist of fun songs that youths will like that won't inspire impure thoughts or tempt them to the dark side, right?
Alright.
The DJ thinks for a moment.
That's the good stuff.
Spin Master Quinn, believe me, buddy. I got what you need.
Oh.
Joseph, okay, great. Again, no idea what the voice is. I do apologize. I'll let you get set up. I'll leave you with this guy while I sort the clients out. Thanks, babe. Good luck with the call. The DJ leaves. Joseph, let's keep an eye on this one. Duncan, he sounded like he was just going to play Creep by Radiohead on repeat. Joke's on us. It's just Wonderwall on repeat. You thought I was having a midlife crisis? Anyway, here's Wonderwall. After some time, kids from the community start filing into the dance hall. Some of them seem to notice I sign hack, but they don't seem to care. Most of the kids group off into tiny clusters, standing in circles or casting sideways glances at the other groups of teens. Man, I do not miss being a teenager at social functions. Spin Master Quinn, hey, party people! Everyone in the room turns their attention to the DJ.
DJ Spin Master.
DJ Spin Master Quinn. DJ Spin Master Quinn coming at you with the sound that people want. We're off to a good start.
Alright.
This next tune goes out to all the ladies in the audience. Ladies, let me hear you say yeah. A few half-hearted yes echo through the crowd.
Hey!
Alright.
Ha!
He sighs again. Man. It's been a heavy couple of days. This next one's actually just for my wife, Sandra. I hope we can work things out, my little honeysuckle vine.
Now, who wants to listen to Radiohead's Creep?
The DJ begins playing Creep by Radiohead. Duncan, Amanda sidles up to me, pizza in one hand and punch in the other. Amanda, Creep, huh? Bold choice for a youth group. Let's see where he goes with this. After the song finishes, he plays Creep again. Is the DJ crying? Amanda, if you watch the kids really closely, you can catch them cringe every time Tom York swears. Hang on, chat. I just need to check something. Okay, cool. Anyway, back to the game. There they go. Duncan, maybe we should do something about this. Joseph runs up to us. Joseph, he's killing the vibe. They're listening to swears. Sad swears.
Yeah.
We have to do something. Amanda, you guys should try to give him a pep talk. Maybe work him up to Everybody Hurts by R.E.M. Or at the very least, No Rain by Blind Melon. Duncan, you want to help us cheer him up? Amanda, actually, I just saw my friend, Frederico. Duncan, Frederico. Amanda, he's from Latin. Doom by APC. Sure, I'm stupid as. No, he just sticks on the Mick Gordon's Doom soundtrack. Wasn't that? Actually, Doom was out by the time this game released. Duncan, I didn't know you were taking a Latin class. Amanda, I'm not.
Oh.
Joseph, so he's from the country Latin? Amanda, yes, it exists. Don't Google it. Duncan, you can go, Amanda. It's and she's gone. Joseph and I make our way to the DJ booth where Spin Master Quinn is having a quiet cry. Duncan, hey bud.
Hey!
Spin Master Quinn, hey my dudes, how's the potty jamming? Joseph, it's not.
Hey!
Spin Master Quinn, oh, I'm sorry fellas. Just taking a moment to find my groove.
Bang bang!
Gotta play the set tunes to properly appreciate the bangers, right? That's not how DJing works. Duncan, now stop me if I'm out of line here since I've never been a DJ and don't have any current plans to become one, but I don't think that's how that works. The kids came out here to have a good time. You gotta cool it on the sadness.
Master Quill!
Joseph, hey, buddy, if it's problems you're having with...
Ha!
Joseph leans in close to me.
Yeah.
What was his wife's name again? Oh, it's Sandra. If you're having problems with Sandra, I can help you too. I do counselling. It's my job here, and I'm very good at it.
Ha!
It's Master Quinn. I don't know.
Yeah.
Joseph, I can tell that you're hurting. Nobody voluntarily listens to that much Radiohead on repeat unless they're really going through some tough times. Trust me, I know.
Oh.
Joseph places a hand on Spin Master Quinn's shoulder, who immediately collapses into Joseph's embrace, crying quietly. I'm going to save periodically, just in case. There, bud. It's going to be okay.
So tired all the time.
Spin Master Quinn, thank you. I'll put on some dancehall anthems.
Huh?
Joseph, you're the best, Spin Master Quinn. With yet another crisis averted, Joseph and I return to the dance floor, where Amanda's waiting with an ice cream cone.
Yeah.
Amanda, they have ice cream here. Duncan, good work, Amanda. How's it looking out there? Amanda, well, for a dance, there's not a whole lot of dancing. Looks like people are starting to bail, though. Joseph, this is a disaster.
All right.
Amanda, don't be so hard on yourself. Amanda is going to throw up if she keeps eating at this rate. Ari, you're not wrong. Amanda, this ice cream? Top notch. Joseph, I'm sorry for dragging you into this, Duncan. You and Amanda should just go home. I'm not going to make you stay here for the train wreck. We're going to end up dancing, aren't we? Duncan, it's not a disaster. We can still fix this. We can... I suddenly realise what we have to do. Amanda, get out of here. I don't think you're going to want to be here for this, or be seen with me after this.
What?
Amanda, oh god. You're not going to... I throw my car keys to Amanda. Duncan, I'll get a ride back with Joseph. Just remember me as I am right now, not as what I'm about to become. Amanda nods. Amanda, nice knowing you, Pops. She runs out the door.
Oh, Cracker Barrels.
Okay, Joseph. Duncan, Joseph, I'm going to turn it up on the dance floor. With luck, we can get these youths into it as well. Are you in? Or out? Hey chat, what if sometimes the hokey cokey really is what it's all about? Or the hokey pokey, if that's what you know it as, of course. It's known by different things the world over. But sometimes, like I said, maybe it just is what it is all about.
Eh?
Joseph stares at me. He knows what has to be done as much as I do.
Yeah.
Joseph, see you on the other side? Duncan, see you on the other side. Moment of silence for Duncan and Joseph. We who are about to dance salute you. Joseph and I walk out onto the dance floor in the middle of the room. The youths all stare at us, unsure of what we're doing. Time to get our groove on. Oh, is this going to be a rhythm minigame? Please don't be a rhythm minigame. Joseph, let's start them off easy and work our way up to the more technical stuff. The lawnmower. Alright, let's rip start this baby. I start lawn mowing the dance floor.
Oh.
Joseph seems to respond to that and decides to mow another patch of grass on the dance floor.
Oh.
Joseph, that's the stuff. I look around. Well, it looks like we've got everyone's attention. Alright, Duncan, let's turn up the heat. Oh, it's time for the running man.
Oh.
Since time immemorial, this move has never let me down. I start jogging in place, matching the movements with my arms pushing out. This seems to awaken something in Joseph, who feels the fire of the running man deep within him. I look around to the youths. They're getting into it.
Oh.
Joseph, keep it up. I think they're coming around. I'm just going to see if this actually has any bearing on the outcome of the date. Oh, you can actually scare the kids. Which is pretty funny. Cabbage Patch. I don't know what any of these dances are, by the way.
Yeah.
You never can go wrong with the Cabbage Patch. Joseph follows my lead. We both take our arms and move them around in a circle, as I assume you would do in a Cabbage Patch. I look around to the youths. I think they're like agriculture. My cabbages! I think it's working. If we pull the right moves, the kids will join us in no time. No. No to the twerk. Yes to the moonwalk. I start sliding my feet backwards. I can't tell if this looks good or not, but I think these kids have seen enough people doing moonwalks that they understand the general concept.
Good one.
Joseph makes a moonwalk attempt as well. Surprisingly, dude pulls it off flawlessly.
Oh.
I look around to the youths. They're cheering. Joseph, alright, time for the big finish. No. Probably not. Death drop. I've seen enough internet videos of this move where I really think I could nail it. On the beat drop, I kick my leg up and dramatically fall to the floor, my back landing on the ground with a shablam. All of the kids immediately start screaming. They know what's up. But at what cost? I will feel this for weeks to come. My chiropractor is gonna be pissed.
Norm MacDonald.
Joseph, what was that? Duncan, the future of dance. These kids are gonna remember this night for the rest of their lives. Impressionable preteens hit the dance floor with an almost alarming level of enthusiasm. I'm deafened by the combined volume of their cheers. At what cost? We have shown the children a good time. But only we know the true cost stares into middle distance. The kids swarm the dance floor. They're all laughing and dancing to the music. Looks like our job here is done. Somewhat obligingly, the kids take the dance floor and start to move around. Before long, they're starting to laugh and enjoy themselves. It was dicey, but we've done our jobs.
Yeah.
Joseph, come on, the rest of the chaperones will take it from here. Duncan, what?
Oh.
Joseph, I have something to show you. Is it a massage? For my back now? Joseph leads me out of the main room and down various darkened corridors of the church. I can barely see anything and find myself tripping over my own feet. Just open the door and went to the Silent Hill Historical Society. I've heard stories. Duncan, Joseph, I think I lost you. His hand finds mine in the darkness. I'm right here. Joseph, I'm right here. I'm glad he can't see me blush. We keep walking. Duncan, where are we? This church is huge. Oh, even better. Nope. We've reached the hole in reality that allows the pale through from the church and Disco Elysium. Joseph, we're almost there. I actually have to admit that I was a little dishonest with you. I didn't just invite you out here to help me chaperone. Duncan, Duncan, what happened to lying being one of the 10 things you're not supposed to do? Joseph, I think there's an exception for when you're trying to surprise a friend. Joseph closes the door behind us. I guess we're in a random room in the depths of his church now. What could he possibly have planned? Is he a member of a cult? Are we being sacrificed? Joseph, so, last time we talked about escaping to an island where we could live out an easy tropical lifestyle where our only worry is trying to find that lost shaker of salt. Since we can't actually do that, I figured I could bring a little bit of the tropics to Maple Bay. It's not quite Margaritaville, but something like it. Joseph throws on the lights. It's the Margarita Zone. Welcome to the Margarita Zone. I've actually had a margarita. Now that I think about it, I do like a mojito though. I look around as my eyes adjust to the light. It's his office, but there are twinkle lights strung across the walls, little garlands of fake flowers and 2 beach chairs set up in front of the desk. There's a blender and 2 glasses sitting on the table. Ukulele music plays softly in the background. Yeah, this could have gone completely a different direction, chat. Duncan, Joseph, this is amazing. Also, how big is this door handle? If he's to scale, he can't be to scale. That's the answer here.
Nice.
Joseph, there's no pop tops to step on here, buddy. Duncan, you did this for me. Joseph takes a seat and gestures for me to do the same.
Oh.
Joseph, I did this for us. I think we've both earned it. I settle in while Joseph pauses both margaritas. Duncan, you really went all out.
Whoa.
Joseph, I have a flair for the dramatic, and you can't lead the community if you don't know how to make a good margarita. I take a sip of mine. This is a killer margarita. I would follow this man. Where? Alcoholics Anonymous, maybe? Duncan, do you think the dance is going to go okay without our sick dance moves?
Aye.
Joseph, no, not here. You're missing the point of Margarita Zone. Margarita Zone is a place of rest and relaxation. It's a place where you can kick your feet up and forget about your worries for a while. What? Let's get tattoos of Mexican cuties. Joseph, totally. I've got my stick and poke kit in my desk. Duncan, I was kidding. Joseph, I'm also kidding. But I do actually have a stick and poke it in my desk. Confiscated it from Ernest. Joseph gestures to the makeshift island bar he's made.
Hey.
Joseph, you know, it's funny. This reminds me so much of when I was younger. Duncan, I've been meaning to ask. What did you do before you started preaching? Joseph, it's uninteresting. I left home young and got into a lot of trouble. Duncan, what kind of trouble? Joseph, trouble meant I got to go wherever I wanted, whenever I wanted. I hitchhiked around the country, went on adventures, met all kinds of people. Did some stuff I'm not too proud of. But I was young and in love and I didn't have to answer to anybody.
Oh.
And now I host fundraiser car washes and take the kids to soccer practice on the weekends. Sorry, I don't mean to get heavy here. Duncan, it's okay. Seems like you spend a lot of time taking care of others, but not enough time taking care of yourself. If you need to talk about it, I'm here for you. Joseph stares deeply into the blender filled with ice and margarita mix. Joseph, it's just... I think about Margaritaville a lot. Or, I guess the concept of it. A place where I could strum my 6th string while I wait for the shrimp to boil. Did I? Okay, the captions are running now. While I wait for the shrimp to boil, drink margaritas all the time, forget my worries. It's an easy life. I had Margaritaville once, but I think the closest I'm ever going to get back to it is Margarita Zone, a short and occasional reprieve from daily life. Duncan, is that such a bad thing? This is pretty nice.
Oh.
Joseph, it doesn't last forever. That's the rub. When you're in Margarita Zone, it's not like your problems have really gone away. You're just choosing to ignore them. Duncan, maybe you're looking at it the wrong way. Maybe Margarita Zone is actually better than Margaritaville, because Margaritaville itself, it's an impossible ideal. Remember what Spin Master Quinn said, sometimes you have to play the sad tunes to appreciate the bangers. If stepping on a pop top is your biggest concern, how could you possibly appreciate the boiling shrimp?
Oh.
Ah, that's the, hang on, I know this. That's the, I want to say, Augustinian theodicy. Evil exists so that we so that we can practice good. No, that sounds like the Iranian theodicy. It's either Augustinian or Iranian theodicy. The bad things happen so that we can appreciate the good things, essentially. Joseph, Duncan, and Margarita Zone isn't landlocked to this office. I think it's about finding the little pieces of Margarita Zone throughout your day and taking joy in those moments. I think Jimmy Buffett might disagree. Who the heck is Jimmy Buffett? I hear every now and then I hear about Jimmy Buffett, and I have no context for who this person is. Joseph, that's awfully optimistic of you. Duncan, it doesn't have to be anything big. For me, I think it's being able to quietly do word jumbles and drink some strong coffee in the morning. To see my daughter smile, or I smile at Joseph. To spend some quality time with a good friend. You agree with moral relativist view of the world? No, I'm just pointing out that that's similar to that theodicy. I think bad stuff just happens because it happens. Yes, you can take those experiences and use them to inform your thinking going forwards, but there's no reason behind it, it just happens. Jimmy Buffett is a singer who wrote the song Margaritaville. Oh, well, that makes sense. Thank you, Harry. Joseph, yeah? Duncan, yeah. I can feel myself leaning closer to Joseph. Is it just me, or is he leaning closer too? Joseph tenses up. He downs the rest of his margarita and hops up out of his chair. Joseph, it's getting late. We should head back. Duncan, sure. Joseph and I make sure the dance wraps up without incident before he takes me back to the cul-de-sac. I hop out of Joseph's car before he pulls onto his own driveway.
Oh.
Joseph, thanks again for the help. Duncan, thanks again for Margarita Zone.
Ooh.
Joseph, maybe we'll go back there one day. Not to be confused with Warren Buffett, who is a billionaire investor and advisor. Yes, you should never confuse those two people. Duncan, if we do, it'll be my own damn fault. Joseph chuckles and drives away.
Oh.
That was a weird noise from Amanda. I'm not sure I'm comfortable with that noise. I walk into my living room to find Amanda curled up under a blanket and groaning on the couch. Oh, right. All of the food. Duncan, hey Panda, you feeling okay? Amanda, Dad, I have a tummy ache. Duncan, eat so much youth group food.
Oh.
Amanda, I drank too deeply from the well of life, and now I pay the price. And by well of life, I mean that big lukewarm punch bowl of seltzer, juice, and sherbet. Shouldn't there be an R there? Sherbet? No, maybe not. Amanda slides to the floor with an elongated groan. Duncan, need anything, kiddo? As much as I don't like Jimmy Buffett, I think he's probably more fun at parties than Warren Buffett. Quite probably, let's say it is. Amanda, a time machine that goes back approximately 2 hours in the past so I can warn myself of the folly of excess. Duncan, I'll pour you a glass of water. Amanda, love you, Pops. How'd the dance go? Duncan, oh, I crushed it. Got the kids on the dance floor at the expense of my dignity. Amanda, a fair trade. Duncan, also, everything hurts. I'll see you in the morning, kiddo. Amanda, night, Dad. Record scratch from Spin Master Quinn there. Yeah.
I've never had that much fun in my life. That was awesome. Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome. Margarita Zone achievement. Oh, the achievements aren't being captured this time around. Another dreary night, another listless stroll through Maple Bay. I've really been bonding with the community at Jim and Kim's lately, so my strolls have been leading me there more and more often. Peter, the man from the bank, Keith from down the street, Evelyn, who I saw at the deli that one time, and Guy, whose name I think is Carl, are basically members of the family at this point. In fact, I heard Neil, the surly bartender, mention that tonight is Keith from down the street's birthday, and they'd have to get that little baby a little cake for his special little day. I think he was probably just being a dick, but I head into the bar anyway. The mere possibility of cake is strong enough to lure me in. I think we have a problem, chat. I step inside just in time to see Neil washing a cake tray with a crime scene outline of pink icing on it. Huh. Guess it really was Keith from down the street's birthday, and I missed it. I sit down and order a beer. Hey, Mary. As I sit down at the bar, I notice Mary from next door sitting in the corner of the room, drinking alone again. She must be having a rough day. She seems so weary and so sad. She's been doing this more and more often lately. A pang of guilt shoots through me. Does she know? Is this because of me? Am I a homewrecker? Oh, we're going to say hi. I decide to go say hello. I walk over to her booth. She doesn't look up. The music abandoned us. Duncan, the seat taken? She still doesn't look up. I take a seat anyways, and she finally notices me. Mary, you. Okay, this was maybe not the best idea. Duncan, hey.
Ah.
Mary, having fun with your new best friend Joseph? Duncan, he's a great... Mary, I'm so glad! I'm happy for you two. Duncan, Mary, I'm not... Mary, I'd never accuse you of anything uncouth, Duncan. You're just having an innocent, very platonic time with my husband. A supportive friendship.
Come on.
You're a good friend, aren't you? Okay, Mary. I'm going to see if there's any indication about the correct answer here on the wiki. There probably isn't. Absolutely not. Apparently I'm being a homewrecker, Blink. Welcome to the stream. I'm there when he needs me, Mary? Nope. That backfired. This is why I don't like Joseph's story. It feels like he doesn't have an open marriage and it makes me feel yucky.
Ah. Give it a rest, buddy. Ugh.
Yep, just a friend. Mary, that's funny. Joseph usually likes his friends to at least have a spine. Duncan, we can't all be as blunt as you are, Mary. Yeah, Joseph. I think Joseph's bad ending is he leaves Mary for you, whereas his good ending is he stays with Mary. Mary, so you're an expert on my marriage now. I'm not poking the sleeping bear. That is not. I'm doing it. No, I'm going to reload. Immediate regret. At least the load time is pretty quick. Yep, just a friend.
Ugh.
I'm not trying to be an expert on your marriage. I'm just trying to be there for my friend, okay? Mary. Oh, you're there for him. I see how you look at him. I bet you're there for him a lot. She takes a long sip of her drink. This was a mistake. Mary, you know, you're really not his type. I'm surprised. Mary pays her tab and strides right out of Jim and Kim's without looking back. Okay.
Welcome. You've got dads.
So I'm picking up that Joseph's had a homosexual affair, I'm assuming, with someone that he's friends with. Hang on. I'm going to see if there's a way to elongate that to get more of the story. Because I'm kind of curious. I want to know these things. Yeah, I want the tea. It's true. The wiki doesn't really go into details about non-dates, unfortunately. Hang on, it'll be what, second? Again, I would use my laptop for this, but the game picks up on key inputs even if it's not the active window, so it's just easy to use my phone. To the Steam forum. Even. Oh, it's one of those events where you have to do things in the right order. That's annoying. Whose date's next? It's Robert's second date. Oh god. Okay. Who knows if we're getting the good endings at all? So apparently. It looks like you have to do Robert's dates first to get the good ending in that scene. So that's fun. One second, chat. Because I can just skip through Joseph's date is the thing. So if I just load the save before Joseph's date...
Welcome. You've got dads.
Got some tea for Bobs. Do you know that Duncan is a home-wrecking hussy? Apparently Duncan is a home-wrecking hussy, Blink. Don't worry about it. I was picking that vibe up, but thank you for confirming. Yeah, so we'll do Robert's first, because this should be... Yeah, only one date with Joseph. We'll do Robert's second date. And then we'll see if anything's changed. Didn't realise there was a route through this game for the good endings, good lord. I had a lot of fun with Robert the last time we hung out, but I'm beginning to wonder if he's dodging me. I've tried messaging him a few times, and Dadbook says he hasn't even read them. Haven't even seen him come out of his house, actually. I decide to send him one last message, figuring that this will produce the same result. Who this game had so much lore, exactly. Hey man, don't know where you've been, but we should grab a drink soon. I walk away from my computer because at this point, I know he's not messaging me back anytime soon. Like the roofers. Sorry, I had to turn the fan on. I linger in the kitchen. I'm all caught up on work. Apparently we have a job, or Duncan has a job. The house is relatively clean. Maybe I should do something nice for Amanda. I'll bake her favourite pie. I root through the pantry and pull out all the ingredients. This is an old family recipe that I used to make with my grandmother when I was a kid. I lost the actual recipe card a long time ago, but I think I'll be able to remember how to bake it. So I discovered, chat, that a lot of old family recipes are actually just recipes from like adverts or the back of box mixers. Fun fact. Start mixing the ingredients together for the crust until I get a nice dough. Throw some cherries into a saucepan to make the filling. Normally I don't like to multitask in the kitchen, but this cherry pie is a piece of cake. A pie? It's a piece of pie. Yep. Yeah, see, my family just skipped that. We just swear by the Bureau cookbook, which Bureau make flour. I don't know if that's a thing elsewhere. Lies. Duncan has no job. Duncan's a cryptid hunter. Okay. I'm making a pie. Oh man, I can never remember what temperature you're supposed to set the oven at. I'm pretty sure it's 375 degrees. I have to put the f because we use k here in the UK. Or F and C if you prefer, but I could be wrong. Who am I kidding? I'm never wrong when it comes to this pie. My special twist on my grandma's recipe includes a secret ingredient that not even Amanda knows about. It really makes the cherries extra flavourful. God, why can't I remember what the secret ingredient is? Almond extract. Oh, it's almond extract, duh. Oops, I accidentally poured a little too much in. Way too much in. I'm sure it's fine. Baking is an art, and some of the most beautiful art is made from mistakes. I finally get the pie in the oven. How long am I supposed to leave it in there? 50 minutes? I'll just wing it. Amanda's going to be so excited. That kid loves a good pie. Apparently Duncan works from home though. I guess. I have a seat at the kitchen table and do word jumbles until Amanda comes home. I can hear the door slam open. Yeah, this is not going to be a great pie. Amanda, yo, Pops, what smells like pie in here? Duncan, it's pie, sweetie.
Ah.
Amanda darts over to the oven and looks inside.
Yeah.
Amanda, yes! Duncan, hey, it's not done. Be patient. Amanda, what's your angle here? Duncan, what? Amanda, pies are an objective-based confection. What are you trying to get out of me? I've been leading a double life. Duncan, Amanda, I have terrible news for you. I'm actually a pro skateboarder, an aspiring astronaut, and bank robber. The lifestyle is calling me back and I must go. One last job. You know how it is. This pie was the only way I knew how to tell you. Amanda, well, I appreciated the years we spent together, but a trade-up is a trade-up. Remember me when you're kicking your feet up in Ibiza. Thanks for all the pie. We share a cordial handshake. I wait a few more minutes before taking the pie out of the oven. I set it on a rack to cool and guard it so Amanda doesn't dig into it before it's ready. Amanda, huh? Duncan, what? Amanda, does it look kind of weird to you? Duncan, oh, that's just me taking artistic license on what cherry pie means to me emotionally. Amanda, I'm just saying this because, you know, it seems like you might have baked this pie incorrectly, and you're currently, right now, trying to pass it off as a good thing. Duncan, it's art, sweetie. Amanda, was it art when you accidentally baked a whole uncracked egg into the centre of my 12th birthday cake? Duncan, well, it's... Amanda, was it art when you tried to make brownies and accidentally created chlorine gas, which is... Hey, Byron. You know, accidentally making chlorine gas when making brownies is a feat. Duncan, well, that's a bit of an exaggeration. Amanda, was it art when you... Oh my god, yes, it is. It is your friend, babe. Duncan, just eat the pie, Panda.
Oh.
I cut us a few slices and we sit down to eat. The cherry filling oozes out of the sides, and the buttery crust glistens. I watch it as Amanda takes a bite.
Oh.
Amanda, ugh. Duncan, what's wrong? Is it not good? Amanda winces and fans her mouth. Amanda, no, I just burned the heck out of the roof of my mouth. This pie is amazing. Sorry for doubting you. I breathe a sigh of relief and take a bite. She's right. The pie is pretty incredible. Hey chap, it's you. The pie is you. You're pretty incredible. As it always is. It is impressive, isn't it, on stable days? Amanda, I'm really proud of you for making a pie without burning the new house down. Duncan, I got a few dad tricks on my dad's sleeve. I need to change the earphone. I'm not pie, I'm a pierogi. You know what, anyone living in New York can be a pierogi, that's fine. Duncan, maybe fathers aren't as bumbling and stupid as the media makers out to be. Maybe we as a society should have a little more respect for fathers as a whole.
What?
Amanda, Dad? Your sleeve's on fire. I run to the sink and put myself out. Pride will be my undoing. Amanda and I clean up the kitchen and play a little more living room hoops before she retreats to her room to do homework. I go back to my word jumbles. This one spells cat. I think if I'd said a knish, that'd be very New Yorker. Yes, the thing here, Ari, is I've heard of pierogi. I've not heard of knish or nish or however it's pronounced. The rest of the evening trickles by. We eat dinner. I help Amanda with one of her scholarship applications, and we both start getting ready for bed. I decide to check Dad Book 1 last time before I climb into bed. Still nothing from Robert. Hope he's okay. Ari, that is correct. I turn out the lights and lie down. Hey. Duncan. Hey. Hey, Duncan. Hey, I'm outside. Come outside. What is that? I was just on the verge of falling asleep. I climb out of bed and try to identify the source of the dinging. My computer screen illuminates the dark room. I walk over to it, ready to turn it off, when I notice what's happening on screen. Don't make me honk. I will honk. Get out of here. Get out here. I look out my window and sure enough, there's Robert leaning up against his pickup truck in my driveway. I open my door to try and figure out what's going on. Robert, hey. Duncan, hey. Robert, wanna hang? Duncan, I was kind of sleeping.
Oh?
Robert, that's no fun. Come hang out. I would argue that sleeping is very fun, but I don't have to be anywhere in the morning. I might as well live a little. Duncan, sure.
Oh?
Robert, cool. You plan on going out like that? I look down and realise that I am In fact, not wearing pants.
Huh.
Robert, I mean, I don't mind. Duncan, right. 1 second. I run inside and throw on my going out pants, shoes, and a jacket. I grab my keys and meet Robert back outside. Robert, ready? Duncan, ready. Robert, hop in. This isn't going well for Harry, is it? And so it is. I jump into the passenger seat of his old red pickup truck. I have to move a few empty cigarette packets and gas station receipts out of the way before I can sit. Robert silently starts the car and we drive out of the cul-de-sac.
Hey.
Robert, you like Tom Waits? Hoist that rag, baby. Before I can answer, Robert turns up the radio. Yep, that's Tom Waits already. He lights a cigarette and cracks the windows. We drive together in silence. Byron, it doesn't sound entirely SFW, does it? Duncan, so, where are we going? YouTube, for your benefit, Ari is, I think, having a meltdown that apparently no one in chat has had a knish or a nish or however it's pronounced. And now Angel feels like everyone's going to get one in the mail. Robert doesn't respond. Duncan, Robert? Robert, oh, I heard you. He still doesn't answer my question. I look out the window and notice that Robert's taking us to the highway. I twiddle my thumbs. Well, whatever I've gotten myself into. Looks like I'm in it for the night. I settle into my seat and watch streetlights pass by. I glance over to Robert, who's driving intently. He looks tired, as he always does, but there's something a bit more there that I just can't place. Deep fried potatoes and onion is worth the diabetes it will likely cause. You know, that does sound pretty delicious. Right, I'm going to... Nope. What? Robert's page on the wiki is very detailed. Like, incredibly detailed. Okay, right. Second date. I can't believe I just... Sounds like a hash brown. When will come to NYC? This isn't a fucking joke. You just need culture. At this point, I've got to try one. Might be able to find that here. Poutine is far more common here. Oh, she busted out to you. She's super serious. Oh, yeah. Ari's in full New Yorker mode. Ari, we'll get to NYC when we get to NYC. I mean, street food isn't really a thing that much in the UK. Not unless you go to, as ironic as it sounds, a street food restaurant. I mean, I guess that there's a place called the Baltic Market here that might sell it, because they do have just loads of little street food stalls. But kind of in the UK, it's hot dogs, burgers, or donuts that you largely get from, or jacket potatoes that you largely get from stands. It's Jewish food. That makes sense with the spelling of the name. Get any kosher place or Jewish deli? Would you believe I'm not terribly familiar with many Jewish delis? Speaking of thick. Oh man, that political cartoon. I'm going to say nothing. I remember what Robert said about hating small talk and decided to keep my mouth shut. He notices me staring. Robert, stop looking so nervous. Duncan, I'm not nervous. That said, I've been living in Liverpool for 9 years this September, and I still haven't had a bowl of scouse, so there's that. I'm a little nervous.
Hey.
Robert, just hang on, we're almost there. Man, that just... Now I crave food. Why is food so good? What the fuck is scouse? S-C-O-U-S-E. It's a stew, but it's from... Sweden, I think. Northern Europe somewhere. It's a meat-based stew, and it's Liverpudlians are called Scousers because of the dish. Like they adapted it and made it their own. This is a terrifying experience. She sat me and denied me a passport. Wow, Byron, that is a nightmare. Almost where I have no idea where we are. I think we're moving at a slight incline, but I'm not so sure. We eventually come to a stop. Robert gets out of the car and I sit for a second. Unsure if... Oh, crud. I'm thinking there is an order to do this in, because obviously Robert turns up in Damien's second date. So you might have to have a conversation there as well with him. This initiative is sold in streetcars, but I suppose the deli across town might work too. Blink, if you want context for Byron's nightmare, you'll have to check out the meme channel in my Discord server, where there's a political cartoon I shared. So maybe we won't be able to get Joseph's good ending. We'll find out. We eventually come to a stop. Robert gets out of the car and I sit for a second, unsure if he wants me to get out too. Robert, what are you waiting for? I hastily exit the car. Robert sits on the bed of his truck and pats the space next to him. I sit down and take in the view. We're on a hill overlooking the city skyline against the bay. The cool night air rustles some trees near us as lights blink in the distance. Off to the side I can see an entrance to a dense forest. Man, it's also gorgeous. Robert, this is where I come to masturbate. Duncan, what?
Huh.
Robert, I'm kidding. What's wrong with you?
Hey.
This is my little spot where I come to think. Duncan, it's nice. Robert, you can see the whole city from up here. Really gives you some perspective. Robert reaches behind him and pulls something out from under his jacket. It glints in the moonlight and I suddenly realise what it is.
Huh.
Oh shit, that's a knife. Duncan, oh. Please don't stab me. Robert reaches into his pocket and pulls out a small piece of wood. Please don't stab me with that either. No, he's whittling. Wonder where this game takes place in America, Northeast, Pacific, Northwest.
Hey.
Well, it's somewhere maples grow, based on the name. Let's see if the wiki has the answers. Massachusetts. According to the wiki. I think it did say at the start, but I could be wrong. Robert takes the knife to the piece of wood and starts carving at it. Oh, I breathe a very audible sigh of relief as Robert looks at me sideways. Robert, did you think I was going to stab you just now? Duncan, what? No. Duncan, hate to break it to you, but I did, in fact, bring you out here to harvest your organs. Duncan. I'm going to play along. Yeah, well, you think you caught me in your trap, but I knew. For years, I've been putting the most vile junk food in my body in preparation for this day. Come at me, friend, and reap what you will. 2 steps ahead of you at all times. That's how I operate. Robert, nothing gets past you, huh? Robert reaches into his pocket and pulls out a folding knife that he opens and hands to me. I'm going to warn you, the last guy I had a knife fight with lost 3 fingers because he didn't know the 8 basic rules of knife fighting. You're familiar, correct? Duncan, I honestly can't tell when you're kidding. Robert, I'm so many levels of irony deep that I've forgotten what humour is. He and I laugh.
Oh.
Have you ever whittled before? Duncan, considering I'm not a grandpa, no. Robert, what do you mean by that? Duncan, well, I just thought that you would have a block of wood shipped to you along with your first social security check. Robert, Duncan, I'll have you know that whittling is a time-honoured tradition enjoyed by both young and old alike. That you're dismissing it before you've even tried it speaks volumes about your character. However, because I've gotten to know you for some time and have come to think of us as friends, I'm willing to attribute it to ignorance instead of malice. Attribute, sorry. What I'm trying to say is, go get that stick. Robert motions to a good-looking stick on the ground. Perfect for potential whittling. I pick it up. The most important thing to remember while whittling is to cut with the grain, not against it. If you cut against the grain, the wood is going to splinter. Massachusetts, does this mean we can go to Dunwich and Innsmouth in this game? Apparently so. They're just around the headland. Duncan, isn't the most important thing safety? Robert. No. Getting hurt comes with the territory. Look at my damn hands. Angel Wraith, I'm looking specifically at you through the webcam right now. You know what you did. I looked at his damn hands. They're calloused and covered in little white scars. They are very nice hands. Robert, you can't make a stick omelette without breaking a few hand eggs. Well-known saying there, Robert. Thank you for educating us. Minigame?
Knife that wood.
I made a pencil. What did I do? We were talking about whittling and scars. Robert, that's a good start. What is it? Oh wait, I do know what I did. It's a knitting needle. Robert, but only one. Tell me about this one. That? Tongue depressor. I should put that in my first aid kit. Never know when you might need one. Not sure why this is a thing, but that's a toothpick. What's the story here? That's a toothpick. You realise you could have just picked your teeth with the knife. If there's a autosave before this, I might reload and pick different answers. Like it's... That's an egg. What's this? Ouija board planchette? Now what you need to do is carve up a board and we're all set. And also maybe carve a ghost. Time to play Phasmophobia. Picking your teeth with a knife seems like a bad idea. Blink, it does, but look at Robert. He seems like he's a walking bad idea. He does it all for the look, like Damien. That's nice form, what's it supposed to be? Louisiana. Good old Louisiana. Beautiful place. Got stabbed there once, you know? Or was it Kentucky? Okay. Interesting. What do we have here? Ambidextrous chopstick. It's a stick. Pick your teeth with Robert, you Arden. Hey, he's so edgy you could cut yourself on him. And Robert, it is a stick. This is not a stick. This is a much larger piece of wood. Please. If you keep this up, you'll be a whittling pro in no time. That's this one. Nice work. I like how goose wasn't an option. I made the meanest bird. That's true. Geese are the chaotic bird, swans are the mean bird. Please. Beautiful handiwork. What do you call it? Sir Horsington the Brave. A brave and noble name for a brave and noble creature. I made a beautiful gift for Amanda. No, not the goose. No! Get it out of here. Robert and I sit in silence for a while, carving our pieces of wood. I think I'm getting the hang of this. It's actually kind of relaxing. I glance over to see what Robert's working on. He's carving a smaller wooden knife. Duncan, ah! While I'm distracted, the knife slashes into my thumb. Blood gushes all over my little wooden carving. My knife is safely tucked away because I got cocky and made an incision that bled a surprising amount. That's fair. I have a penknife on my belt at all times. That's got me in trouble a couple of times. Let me tell you. Robert is lost in carving and doesn't notice me bleeding everywhere. Robert still doesn't notice. Robert, I'm dying. I'm bleeding to death. Robert finally looks over.
Hey.
He reaches into his jacket again. Jeez, how much stuff does this guy keep in there? And pulls out a red bandana. He wraps it around my thumb. Robert, hold tight. He hops off the truck and I can hear him rummaging around in his car. He comes back a moment later with a well-stocked first aid kit. He's done this before. Robert carefully wipes all the blood off of my hand and swipes a bit of antiseptic onto the cut. With surprising gentleness, he places a bit of gauze on the wound and wraps it all up.
I don't know.
Robert, you okay? Duncan, yeah, I'm good. He hands me what's left of the tube of antiseptic.
Huh.
Robert, make sure to keep that cut clean. It's oddly touching and a little sexy? Duncan, I guess I'm a real whittler now. Robert, that you are. Be careful though, they're attracted to the smell of blood. Duncan, wait, what? What's attracted to the smell of blood? I see you have studied the blade.
Hmm?
Robert, cryptids? Tons of them out here, you know. Duncan, cryptids? Like Mothman and stuff? Robert, Mothman is bullshit. But yeah, this town's a hotbed for cryptozoological occurrences. And that's what he's looking for during Damien's second date. So I guess you can talk to him more about it then if you do this date first. Duncan, you're joking. Robert, oh, how I wish I were. I'm a skeptic myself, or at least I thought I was. There are things in these woods that we can't possibly comprehend. 2 games in cryptozoological stuff? I know, Harry. It's weird. I think about my entire time in this city. Aside from the occasional stray coyote, I don't think it's too bad. Robert, you ever hear of the Dover Ghost? Duncan, I don't think so.
Hey.
Robert, well, let me tell you a story.
Oh.
I was out in the woods here on a weekend camping trip with Betsy. You don't know Betsy, but she's a big pup. Pitbull. Real intimidating. I feel safe around her. First night goes without incident. I get some solitude. Betsy gets to pee wherever she wants. All good stuff. Second day, I get the idea into my head that I can hike deeper into the woods. Probably against my better judgment, but hey, we're just having a fun camping trip, right? So me and Betsy start marching in the morning.
Really?
It gets a little late and we set up camp, but it's different this night. Real quiet. I can't hear the birds, the crickets, squirrels. Nothing. Dead silent. Then it happens. I hear the most unholy growl I've ever heard in my life, right outside my tent. Me and Betsy, we go to investigate. We look around the clearing. Nobody's there. I won't do any Craig days without you, Harry, don't worry. But there's this feeling. Not sure if I can describe it. I know something is watching us. Betsy, though, she's scared. Never seen her like that. When she's scared, I know that I should be too. And then I see it in the distance.
Oh.
A man, but if something that didn't know what a man was supposed to look like made it. It just looked wrong. Big. Arms too long for its body. Black eyes. It just stood there and stared at me. Then it disappears. I hear one yelp from Betsy and I turn around to check on her, but she's gone into thin air. I didn't sleep toward my tent that night, and I don't think I've slept right since. Hang on, just out of curiosity, how far back do my autosaves go? So I could reload all the way back to the beginning of the second dates and do them in the right order, but that would require a lot of commitment on my part. I'm not sure I'm here for it, chat. How much do you want that ending for Joseph? Because these are my manual saves that the game doesn't delete, I believe. It would have to be this one. So I think I'd also have to redo Robert's first date? Anyway. That's terrible. Duncan, wow. Robert,
Oh.
I'm so sorry.
Oh?
They say that if you listen closely on quiet nights just like tonight, you can hear the howl of the Dover Ghost. A howl resonates through the woods. It doesn't sound like a regular howl. It's so guttural. Even from far away, something about it makes my skin crawl.
Really?
Duncan, okay, Robert, real funny. I turn to look at Robert. He's white as a sheet. You're messing with me, right?
Huh?
Robert, I was messing with you. Up until literally just now, I totally made that camping story up. I strain my eyes to scan the forest line, trying to see where the howl originated from. Off in the distance, I see something. It's so far away I barely can make out a shape. It looks human, but it's dragging something. Duncan, do you see that? Robert, we should go.
Whoa, whoa.
Robert and I slowly back away and get into the truck. He turns off his headlights and we make a slow crawl away back onto the road. I'm too scared to look back. Duncan, what was that?
Huh?
Robert, the Dover ghost, I guess. I chuckle nervously. This time he doesn't seem like he's messing with me. Duncan, or maybe someone illegally dumping garbage on a wildlife preserve? Robert, yeah, that's the story we'll tell ourselves.
Really?
We sit in silence for a little while longer, the fear of whatever that was slowly subsiding as we get closer to the city.
Oh.
Robert, thanks for coming out. This was fun. I'm sorry I haven't been in touch. I've just been in a way lately. I had to get out of the house. Had to be around somebody. Duncan, you doing okay, man?
Oh?
Robert thinks for a second and lights another cigarette. Robert. Been doing a lot of thinking. He takes a long drag. As I get older, I feel more and more that I'm just drowning in the sea of regret. I was so busy chasing after these things that I thought would make me happy that I didn't think about anyone else. All I cared about was myself. I didn't even think. Robert stops. I wait for him to finish his thought, but he just stares at the road. Maybe I'm just built like this. Or maybe I do it to myself. Maybe it's my own choice that I'm as unhappy as I am. I try to think of something to say. I remember all of the times in my life when I've been sad, and there's a great many of them, but there was always a light at the end of the tunnel, something I held on to that kept me going. But there's something so resigned about the way Robert's talking. Hang on. I feel like this may be important. No, either one works. Maybe we deserve to get eaten by the Dover ghost. Maybe that's why it's here. The Dover ghost feeds off of your sadness. My sadness. It hunts us in the night. Robert, honestly, it makes sense. Duncan, I was trying to kid around. Robert, to just be devoured for my sins.
I don't know.
Yeah, that sounds pretty great, actually. Duncan, it was a joke.
Oh.
Robert, I'm turning the car around. We're going back. Robert slams on the brakes and puts the car in reverse. Happiness is fleeting, regret is forever. That's a life motto there on Stebadeus. Duncan, Robert, wait! He stops the car again. Robert, you know what? I thought about it. It's not my time yet.
Oh.
I haven't finished watching the Criterion collection. They just keep adding stuff to it. But, thanks, Duncan. We drive the rest of the way in silence, listening to the radio and watching the bright lights of the city grow bigger. Robert drops me off at my place. As I'm about to close the passenger door, I realise that I still have Robert's pocket knife in my jacket. I pull it out and offer it back to him. Robert, you hold on to that. Never know when you might need it. Duncan, night, Robert. Have a safe drive home. Robert smirks, then pulls away. He then immediately pulls onto his driveway, which is one over from mine. He gets out and waves. Okay. I tiptoe into the house, careful not to wake Amanda up. Amanda, whoa, where'd you come from? I look around and spot Amanda coming out of the kitchen with a glass of water. Amanda, I thought you were sleeping. Duncan, Robert woke me up to go cryptid hunting. Amanda. You know the Mothman is bullshit, right? Duncan, Amanda, you know what? It's fine. I finally decide to go to bed.
I'm lost in your oceanic eyes.
Rad.
Welcome. You've got dads.
Okay, so now we can do the second date, but with Joseph. I'm going to click the fast forward button, because if it works like it does in a lot of visual novels, it'll take you to the decision point. I mean, I've read all this before, so...
Yes.
That sounds horrible, but, you know, Jesus is coming.
Right. That's the good stuff. Hey, now who wants to listen to Radiohead's Free Hair?
That's not how DJing works.
Hey!
The name is Sandra.
Right. So sad.
It was the lawnmower. And then it was the running man. Then it was the Cabbage Patch. And it was the Moonwalk.
Good one.
Then it was the Death Drop.
Kirk Douglas.
At what cost?
Oh.
Yeah.
Hey, the days go really quickly when you're not reading them. Like, absurdly quickly. Who knew? Also, these are different each time, I guess. The categories.
I've never had that much fun in my life.
Okay, let's see if we get any different. We're going to say hi. Sure. That's funny. Joseph Hughes likes his friends. That's fine. Hey. I realize he likes his friends for no reason. So you're about my marriage now. I'm trying to be an expert. Just trying to be a friend. Okay. No, I guess it's because I didn't do the dates in the right order.
Welcome. You've got dads.
So, chat, we have a decision to make. I can just continue the game and, finish it by doing the final date with all 3 dads. Or I can reload to before I did all the second dates and do them in the right order to get the good ending. We've got 1 vote for restart. Any other votes for restart? I will be fast forwarding through the entire through all of the dates, by the way, just so you're aware, because I've already done them. I don't need to read them again. So I'll just be holding. Oh, is that the door? I can't tell if that's the door or my computer chair creaking. You know, I'm gonna take a wellness break while we think about this. So I'll just pause the game. Spoil chatting all you want. I'm gonna take my wellness break and hydrate. Have a snack and refill my water. I'll be back in a couple of moments. I'm back. Sorry, it took a bit longer than usual. I happened to open the curtain right next to me, and there was a cat outside just bathing in the sun on a wall. I was just looking at it, and I had to show Angel. Alright, I'm going to see if there is a, like, best route through the game. Chathlin's getting good at rock, paper, scissors. Can we soon teach you to play Wolfenstein instead? Hey, maybe. Sorry, the downside of having the fan blowing on my face, it makes my nose a bit sniffly. Okay, right, well, as chat has requested that I restart, we shall restart. And by chat, I mean Unstable and Angel gave me an in-person request to restart. So I'm just gonna, in fact, I'm gonna go to the title to see if if like spacebar will speed it up. We have a lot to get through. Absolutely not. Okay, cool. That's the wrong. It'll have to be this one. Hopefully, this was the end of the first date, so it's just the second.
You've got dads.
Oh, there's so many events to go back through. I mean, I can mash space, I guess. Oh, that means I've got to do the mini game again. Oh, actually, the mini game. I need to mute the game audio for the.
Hey.
I don't think I did that in time. So this minigame is so close to Wii jogging that the sound actually triggered YouTube's copyright ID. Which was pretty funny. So this is like 3 minutes, I think it was. It was a long-ass minigame. It's far longer than it actually needs to be. This would be the worst time for the Rufus to come, because I can't pause during this. I wonder if you can... I think I was pushing his me there. I've got nothing. This is it. This is the rest of the stream. It's not. Can you imagine though? Haha, just kidding. Unless. I'm here, Craig. Don't worry. I think I'm pushing his me. But watching me needs to pay attention to triage meeting. That's totally fair. I mean, it's nothing you've not seen before, really. I'll just be fast forwarding through all the conversations to the decision points and then making the decisions. I might use a walkthrough as well to pick the best decisions. Apparently, you can still get Joseph's good ending. I just want to see what conversation happens with Mary in the bar if you do the other dates in the order that the Steam community suggested. So I'm assuming if I'm pushing him, I'm assuming this is going faster than it ordinarily would. So I'm thinking if we do Robert's date first. Of course, if it's one of those where you have to do the first dates again, I'm not restarting all of that. I've got so many minigames to replay and random dates to go on as it is. I'm just going to be replaying the second third of the game. Or Act 2 of the game, let's say. My rhythm's pretty constant, by the way. The game is just deciding whether or not to let me fill up the bar. For a brief shining moment, the BPM though was 69, which is nice. Alright, let's see if I can get back to where I was before the end of the stream. Even in fast forwarding, it's going to take a while. It should be near the end of this minigame. Please? That was weird. I appreciate it, babe. Thank you for waiting. It's nearly done. We're nearly back at the start. Unless we're going for a second lap? Question mark? Nope, that's the finish line. Ah, my forearm is in pain. There we go. Right, babe, you can go to the bathroom now. Hot to trot. I think I got S++ last time, but I don't care all that much. Yeah, I'm just going to hold the fast forward button down. I like the fact you can hold it down through loadings, through the scene changes. Okay, so oh, stupid fat thumb. Sorry, I'm just checking, reloading, just checking the right order to do things in. But I think it was both of Robert's and then Damien's second date. Oh, I might have misread this. Hang on. If I don't have to replay the whole game, I'm not going to replay the whole game for obvious reasons. Apparently it's a bug if you get that scene twice. So you're only supposed to get that walk mirror home scene once. So it bugs out and you locked into the bad ending. Of that scene, at least. Well, that's mildly annoying. However, if I don't have to replay the game, I won't. I just gave myself a forearm workout for no real reason. So it's... this one, I think? No autosave for Robert Date 2. Interesting. Because I got the good ending on that one. Anyway, let's... how far back to go? Find it vaguely amusing. I just got hit with a bot called NSA Oblivion trying to get me to buy followers. YouTube, I appreciate this is terribly thrilling content. I'm just trying to figure out how far back to go. I still might want to do the Robert date first before doing Joseph's. I just don't have an autosave for it anymore, I believe. Where does this put me? Okay, so that puts me back there. That is too far back. Okay. Today's Worldly Lunch Lurks brought to you by cheese sticks and granola bars. The meal for those who totally forgot to do grocery shopping over the weekend. Oh, I think it's safe to say we've all been there, Weldy. Loading screen, what happened? Ari, a roller coaster of emotions has happened. The net result of which is that this Walk Merry Home isn't supposed to play again. You're only supposed to get the scene once, and I got it down here. So here, I got it a couple of days. I've already had the scene and got the good ending in the scene. if it plays again, it's just a bug. I was just trying to reload so I could do Robert's second date before Joseph's, but I don't think I can. I don't think I have an autosave. I don't think I've got a manual save at a decent point. This is the manual save I have before. Oh, we might be in luck. That's one date. Okay, we're doing Robert's date again, and then we'll do Joseph's. Yeah, so I was gonna replay the whole second act just to try and get the good ending because I'd misread the Steam forum thread. Fortunately, there is a fast forward option that doesn't automatically stops at the the choices. I'm speedrunning this game now. Say nothing. The game broke because I was fast forwarding. That wasn't the right background. Schwick. So let's make a pencil or a knitting needle or a sharp stick. Let's just call it what it is. You know what? It's a sharp stick. Careful, don't poke yourself with that. Wiggle that knife. That's right there is a tongue depressor. Something to make me look tougher. It's working. I think it could take me in a fight, probably. Oh, I didn't unmute the game. I didn't unmute the game. I'm so sorry. That's been a lot of silence for everyone watching. I'm so sorry for that. Reachable planchette. But hey, I guess you haven't had to listen to the fast forward sound. It's Louisiana. Stab, 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 stab. Minigame is not great, I'll be honest. Ambidextrous. You know what? It is a stick. You're not wrong, Robert. You are not wrong. Please. That is a swan. The meanest bird. That makes a Horsington. It's fixed itself. This is the background it's supposed to be. Time to start bleeding.
I don't know.
Then it tells me about the Dover Ghost. And then we see the Dover Ghost. I'll pick the same option I picked last time.
Excuse me. Oh.
And then Amanda was in the car and not the house because the scene didn't change properly.
I'm lost in your oceanic eyes.
Thank you, Robert.
Welcome. You've got dads.
Okay, so then we do Joseph's second date for the third time, and then I'll make a manual save, and then we can do the final date.
Nice, nice.
Lawrence of Arabia, chat. Lawrence of Arabia.
Oh, crap.
Hey, who's that?
Nope. Not how DJ works. Sandra. Really wish I could use like keys 1, 2, and 3 to choose these conversation options.
Yeah.
Back to Margarita Zone for that conversation.
I could just fall into your eyes.
Okay, so far I've got S ranks on all the dates but Matt's, both of which have been A's.
Ah.
You know what? We'll just keep watching the game. Do a bit of space work pretending not to notice Mary and instead focus on equipping Man Cave slogan on the wall. I can't tell if Mary completely buys it, but I think my performance is a job well done. I managed to keep my eyes glued to the game despite the guilt sweat accumulating under my collar, so when the coast seems clear I feel an ominous tap on my shoulder. You...
Ah.
Oh, okay, so... You have the same passive-aggressive conversation. I'm sorry? I can tell you're having a rough time, I just want you to know that it doesn't have to be like this. I don't want any hard feelings between us, Mary. Mary pauses. It's all messed up. I'm sorry.
Ah.
I'm sorry for us both. Slightly better, I guess.
Welcome. You've got dads.
Okay, just double checking. 2 dates. 2 dates. 2 dates. 2 dates. 2 dates. 2 dates. And 2 dates. Right, manual save. Get rid of some of the earlier manual saves. Just to clear it out more than anything. Chat, why do I save so often? Or why do I go through periods where I save often and then where I save not at all and I live life dangerously and then I go back to saving often? We're almost at the end of Act 1. Almost there. Like I said, chat, we'll go backwards through them. Robert. You know what they say about third dates? They get pretty serious. You might not have time to browse Dadbook for a while. Are you ready? Okay, so I need to make a note that Dadbook at 4:25:20 is the third save. Yes. I haven't spoken to Robert since that night. Since that night we drove out to his thinking spot. He seemed unusually somber then. Like, more so than the usual amount of somber that Robert is, which is already a lot. I've been thinking about him and hope he's doing okay, but I've been a little reluctant to reach out to him. Duncan. Hey, Duncan. Oh, guess who's getting their drink on tonight? Guess. It's you. Also me, but mostly you. Yeah, dude. Type back to Robert. Robert, buddy, tonight we ride. Yes. Meet me at Jim and Kim's at 8 p.m. Not that I'm unappreciative, but I think this is the first time that Robert's given me more than an hour's warning before hanging out. Duncan, Amanda! Amanda pops her head into the hallway. Music I don't recognise blaring from her room. Amanda, what's up? Duncan, I'm hanging out with Robert later tonight. Amanda, okay, cool. Duncan, Robert, who is my friend? I have friends. Chat, I have friends. Amanda, I'm happy for you, Dad. Duncan, people enjoy my company, Amanda.
Ugh.
Amanda, Dad, I'm so happy for your continued development as a human being. Duncan, what are you listening to? Amanda, sad shit. I don't give a fuck anymore. Duncan, Amanda, you know what? You're an adult now. I gave it an earnest effort for all 18 years of your life. Go forth and swear. Amanda, fuck yeah! Oh wow, that's an achievement. Let Amanda say censored. I really hope I don't regret this later. Amanda goes back into her room and turns up the volume on her sad shit. I put on my going out coat and walk over to Jim and Kim's. I spot Robert leaning against the brick wall, smoking a cigarette. As I get closer, I realise that he looks a little different. Cleaner, I guess. It actually seems like he combed his hair, and his clothes are less wrinkled than usual. Duncan, hey. Robert, hey. Duncan, you take a shower just for me? Robert, I'm working on my relationship with existence. We both stand there for a second and don't say anything. Robert finishes his cigarette and abruptly goes inside. I follow him. By the time I get inside, Robert's already at the bar ordering 2 whiskies. I spot a booth in the back and claim it for us. Robert slides in and hands me a glass. 2 toast. Oh, he did not like that. He did not like that. To you. Here's to your continued existence. We clink whiskies and I watch him sip his, rather than his traditional approach of slamming the whiskey back as quickly as possible. So what's the plan for tonight? Robert, hit some other bars, maybe grab some pizza? I think that'll kill some time before we go burn down that old abandoned house in the woods. Mary, it's definitely not as fun if it's abandoned.
Hey.
Mary pops over the back of the booth, a glass of wine in her hand. She punches Robert in the shoulder. Look at Robert putting in some basic grooming and effort. I know, Harry. It's like, 3rd date with this guy. Let's put some effort. Let's put some time in. Has Robert ever made a pun? No. Robert's humour lies elsewhere. Where was my phone call?
Oh.
Robert, sorry. Figured you were busy sinking your teeth into some poor sap. Mary, I am. He's right here. I look around the booth to see a guy sitting across from her. He waves meekly.
Ugh.
You replacing me with the new kid? Robert, Mary, I could never replace you, whether I wanted to or not. Mary leaves her booth and slides in next to Robert. The guy she was sitting with looks mildly relieved. She eyes Robert's clean-pressed clothes up and down suspiciously. Mary, what? Do you got a court date coming up? Okay. I kind of want to go with he'd never convince the jury. Because I'm a bad person. Okay, no, that's actually the right answer for once. He never convinced the jury. He would have had to shave first.
Huh?
Mary, seriously though, what's up with you? Robert stares down at his drink, suddenly looking serious. Robert, it's Pappy. Doctors say it's cirrhosis of the liver. I told that old bag of bones to quit it with the sauce, but it's all he's ever known. Especially since Ma's gone. That's why I invited you out tonight. Just didn't want to be alone. Duncan, oh, come on. Mary, Duncan, don't be an asshole. You know the one thing Robert doesn't joke about is his pappy. Joke around about, sorry, is his pappy. Whoops. Robert, they're giving him 2 months. I gotta help him straighten out his affairs. Duncan, Robert, I'm so sorry. Robert takes a long look at his whiskey, eyeing it in the dim glow of the bar's lights. Robert, I looked at his life, then I look at mine, and I know history is just doomed to repeat itself. Duncan, oh my god.
Oh, yeah.
Robert, I'm just kidding. He's retired with his new girlfriend in Acapulco. They watch the sunset every night, probably screw like donkeys. Duncan, wait, aren't rabbits the ones who screw a lot? Robert, oh, sorry, didn't realise you were an expert on which animals screw a lot. Robert, I'm not. However, did you know, actually you did know this, but anyway, capybaras are a large rodent native to South America.
Come on.
Mary, please stop saying the word screw. Robert finishes his drink and slides it away from him. He gets up out of the booth. Robert, me and Duncan are going to hit the bricks. You coming with? Mary casts one last glance at the sad sap she's been hunting in the and downs the rest of her wine in one gulp. Professor Donkeyman doesn't screw like a donkey. No, Professor Donkeyman screws like a gentleman, Ari, I'll have you know. When he's male. When they're male. As a multiversal entity that transcends gender. Mary, this place is dead anyways. Yeah, chat, we need to decide if Professor Donkeyman in Destiny will be Professor Donkeyman or Professor Donkey Woman. Or Professor Donkey Being. Although Destiny only really has male or female options. We can have Duncan or we can have Astra. We exit the bar and find the typically empty street filled with a small crowd of people. At the front is a guy with a really deliberate attitude and bad posture. He carries a lantern that shines up at his face for dramatic effect. Duncan, what's going on? I mean, there's no rush for that. I've got 2 games still, but... Mary, looks like it's one of those walking ghost tours. They do that in this part of town all the time. Robert, I've always wanted to do one of those. Mary, you know all of the stories are fake, right? Robert, pretty sure my stories are fake. This is research. Robert makes a beeline towards the back of the group. He turns around when he notices that I'm not following him. Robert, come on. Duncan, we can't just crash it, can we? Robert, don't be such a square, Duncan. Just act like you belong. Robert sidles up to the tour group. I reluctantly fall into step behind him. Well, here goes nothing. Tourmaster Quinn! Hey! It was in this place in 1694 that the most famous witch trials were held. To date, we do not know if the people burned at the stake were actually witches, but it is widely reported that their ghosts still haunt this hapless dive bar to this very day. Robert, it was actually 1692.
Big Dan.
Tourmaster Quinn, what? Robert, and the site was over by the coffee shop down the road. Tourmaster Quinn, I'm sorry. Who are you? Robert, Daniel McSturgis, ghost historian. This is my colleague, Dr. Again, as this is the 3rd day, I'm less bothered about the walkthrough. I instinctively go to 80s reference. Yep, 80s reference is the answer he's looking for. Dr. Loomis, paranormal investigator extraordinaire. We're touring America's most haunted locations as research for our new book. Robert, you may have seen our guest cameo on Paranormal House Hunters Extreme Edition. I don't know why I didn't have voice. A couple of people in the group start nodding. Man, Robert's good at this.
So tired all the time.
Tourmaster Quinn, aye. Are you guys part of the group? I don't remember seeing you at the first stop. Robert, we like to keep a low profile. Easier to catch ghosts that way.
Hey.
Mary, they've definitely been here. Been standing next to them the whole time. Duncan, thank you, random lady who I do not know. Robert, as I was saying, the epicenter of paranormal activity can be found at the Coffee Spoon over there. The man who runs it has been plagued by haunting since he signed the lease. Damn near driven him mad. But whatever you want to say is cool, I guess. It's your tour. Man, didn't know that about Matt. Wait, Robert's making this up. The rest of the tour group listens intently to Robert's every word. I think the tour guide can tell that he's losing the group. He seems to be getting flustered.
Hey!
Tourmaster Quinn, thank you for your contribution to knowledge, Mr. McSturgis. Let's move on to the next haunted location. Robert, Mary and I follow the group down the street. Duncan, that tour guide's shirt is cool. Mary, yeah, everyone in the group gets one if we make it to the final location. I turn to Robert and grab him by the shoulders. Duncan, I need that t-shirt. Robert, well, guess we're in this for the long haul then. Just follow my lead, don't arouse too much suspicion, and we'll have cool ghost shirts in no time.
Nice.
Our group arrives at an old decrepit colonial-style house.
That's the good stuff.
Tourmaster Quinn. Quick pause in the tour. My name is Quinn, but most people on the ghost tour circuit call me Tourmaster Quinn. I'm a DJ, trivia master, and part-time actor. I do private ghost hunting events, birthday parties, MC bar mitzvahs, and perform traditional vaudevillian mime work. Tourmaster Quinn gives out headshots to all of us. His resume is on the back. Duncan, such combat experience. Tourmaster Quinn. Anyway, here's a little bit of history for you all. This was the home of noted American author Dorothy Pembridge, whose prose was wildly popular in the late 19th century. It was in the attic of this very home where she wrote such classics as The Diaries of a Victorian Mistress, Lady Fitzwilliam's Courtship, and The Ghost of Sea Captain Reginald Barclay. Reginald Barclay is a reference, isn't it? I'm trying to think. Anyway, she unfortunately died of consumption shortly after the turn of the century, but several people have reported that on some nights you can see a light from the attic where the ghost of Miss Pembridge continues to work on her latest bestseller. guess you could say that she was consumed by her work.
I'm so sad. I am sad.
No reaction from the crowd. This guy needs to work on his dad jokes. Robert, actually, consumption is the popular cover-up. Little known fact is that it was murder-suicide.
Nice.
Master Quinn, I'm pretty sure she died of consumption. Robert, sure. We definitely didn't hire Stanley Kubrick to elaborately fake the moon landing. That's the watered-down, censored version they teach you in school. But if you can't handle the real story, I understand. It's not for the faint of heart. Master Quinn, can we... Mary, I think everyone would much rather hear what this world-renowned ghost historian has to say, right, everybody? The group murmurs in agreement.
I'm so sad.
Robert, this is a topic we cover extensively in our book. Dr. Loomis, would you care to tell the story? Wait, Loomis. Loomis is, isn't that Michael Myers' psychologist in Halloween? Is that Loomis? Anyway, would you care to tell the story?
All right.
Again, I'm feeling like the middle one. Yep. It was something I know. Duncan, in the late 19th century, Dorothy Pembridge was credited for protecting New York City from potentially world-ending paranormal forces. Despite her success, her ragtag group of ghost hunters were disbanded by government officials. Oh no, they busted the Ghostbusters. However, after learning that the ghost of Vigo the Carpathian has taken an interest in her son, her and her ghost-busting friends launched a mission to defeat the ghost and once again save New York City.
Hey.
Yeah, if I cared enough, I'd check, but thank you for the vote of confidence in my my reference gathering, Ari. Master Quinn, hey, isn't that the plot to... Duncan, nope, it's not. The tour guide sees this as an opportunity to take back the group and addresses us with some razzle-dazzle. Master Quinn, haha, what an interesting story.
Give it a rest, buddy.
No, I just want everyone to know that the next location is extremely terrifying. If anyone thinks they can't handle it, feel free to excuse yourselves. Is it Damien's house?
Oh my god.
Mary, alright, I'm bored. Mary turns to a young guy looking at his phone and taps him on the shoulder. Mary, hey, kid, fancy buying a gal a drink? The guy looks up to her and smiles. Guy, only if the bar is haunted. Mary, honey, I can show you the most haunted place in town. Guy, I think I could exercise your demons, if that's what you're looking for. Mary, don't write checks your dick can't cash, kid. His eyes go wide. Mary salutes me and Robert. She suddenly pulls me into a hug and murmurs into my ear. When you've known Rob for as long as I have, you know when something's wrong. Keep an eye on him for me tonight, okay? Duncan. Sure, Mary. Mary, good man. Mary pats me on the back and pulls away. She takes the guy's hand and leads him down the street.
Hey.
Take it sleazy, fellas. Robert, God help that poor soul. Duncan, Mary or the kid? Robert, both.
Hey.
Master Quinn, at last stop. This burial ground is such a hotbed of horrifying paranormal activity that I'm not even sure where to begin. There's the wailing ghost of the Wharfman, the vampire of Maple Bay, the children of the moonlight. Robert, what about the Dover ghost? By this point, the tour guide is clearly irritated with us.
Just so tired all the time.
Master Quinn, what about it?
Oh.
Robert, nothing. I just think it'd be a crime to come all the way out to this cemetery, the actual origin of one of New England's most notorious paranormal entities, and not even mention the infamous Dover ghost. Master Quinn, that's not a real thing. That is absolutely not a real thing. Duncan, I think someone needs to brush up on their paranormal history. Master Quinn, I know tons about paranormal history. I know every ghost story in this area.
Hi.
Robert, I can guarantee there's one you don't know. Robert looks over at me and smiles.
Hey.
Would you folks care to hear the tale of how Loomis and I met?
Hey.
Master Quinn, no! The entire group shushes the tour guide.
I'm sad.
Okay, fine. Tell us the story.
Oh.
Robert, well, it was a dark and stormy night. Duncan, I wasn't always a paranormal investigator.
Hey.
Way back when, I was just a...
Ha
I feel like Traveling Grifters is the one. It sure is. Man, I'm on fire tonight. This afternoon even. Traveling Grifter, moving from town to town, always looking for my next mark. It wasn't an easy life, but I had fun. Taking from the rich, giving to the poor. Actually, also taking from the poor.
Oh.
I had a shaky moral foundation. I happened upon the quiet town of Maple Bay quite by accident, but little did I know that this city has a dark side. Robert, now, about the same time, I was just starting out as an apprentice to a rather famous ghost hunter who was an old family friend of mine. I carried the equipment, operated the EVP machine, all that. Master Quinn. Wait.
Oh?
Robert, yes? Master Quinn. Who was the famous ghost hunter?
Hey.
Robert. Well, I don't like to name drop, but Georgia Mathers. The tour group gasps.
Hey!
Master Quinn. Georgia Mathers? She's a legend, you know her?
Oh?
Robert. Knew her. Amazing woman. Don't mysteriously. Miss you, Georgie. Anyway, we were in Maple Bay investigating some reports of strange lights and sounds coming from the cemetery late at night. Now, we'd been warned by the old crypt keeper that this place was highly dangerous, but Georgia was never one to shy away from an adventure. We camped out in the centre of the cemetery for 3 nights straight. We endured your so-called wailing watchman. Master Quinn. Wailing goes to the Wolfen. Robert. Whatever. The stupid vampire was just a teenager in a mask, but the Dover ghost... Man, tell him, Loomis.
Hey.
Duncan, so, there I was, just walking back to my hotel after a long day of... I assume the middle one, based on what he liked in the previous option. Yep. Working a couple of shotguns. Classic pigeon drop scam. Putting out feelers for a rip deal. I was going to steal a baby. Probably. Would have made me rich. I found myself walking past this very cemetery. Now, I was never a very superstitious man, but something seemed off. I could hear some sort of commotion happening deep within the graveyard, and I felt compelled to investigate. Robert, and thank God you did. Georgia and I were conducting a seance in the mausoleum. At first, things were pretty normal, but after about an hour, everything went south. Playing back the EVP meter, we were able to hear a single word.
Really?
Run.
Oh.
The air suddenly went cold. Something was very, very wrong. I just knew we weren't alone. We started to hear this faint, distant scraping noise, like something being dragged across the ground. It got louder and louder until it was deafening, some kind of demented howl. And then I felt it. Something grabbing my ankle. Robert has the whole crowd, hook, line, and sinker. You could hear a pin drop. I've only cried twice in my life. Once was at the birth of my daughter. The other was when that thing started dragging me. I wasn't sure where it was taking me, but knew it was no place I wanted to go. I was sure I was going to die. Duncan, the moment I crossed the gate into the cemetery, I heard this god-awful screeching. I ran into the mausoleum just in time to see a man being pulled across the floor by... God, to this day the mere thought of it ties my stomach into knots. It looked like a man, but like... I glanced at Robert. Like someone who didn't know what a man was supposed to look like, tried to put one together. The arms were too long, its eyes glowed red. It was like a walking shadow. What did I do? What any good person would do. I lunged for... Shoot, what was his fake name again? Daniel McSturgis? Daniel. Yes, woo, we got it. I grabbed his hand and entered into a tug of war with the unholy... I realised I could have checked the walkthrough. Never mind. With the unholiest of forces. Huh? Robert, I thought I was going to be torn in half. Duncan, but I had God on my side. The pocket Bible I always kept on me fell out of my shirt pocket, and to this day I can remember what passage it opened up to. Well, Austin isn't a thing from the Bible. Revelations is always a good time. Apparently it's Ecclesiastes that he prefers. Ecclesiastes 12:7. Robert. Then shall the dust return to the earth as it was, and the spirit shall return unto God who gave it. Austin 3:16. Apparently he likes it as an option. I have no idea where Robert pulled that verse from. Duncan, with a horrifying growl, the entity finally relented. Daniel and I collapsed onto the ground, exhausted. We were both covered in blood. Who doesn't like Stone Cold? You know what? That's fair. Robert, that damn creature clawed into my chest, got me real good. Had to get 16 stitches. Robert pulls down the collar of his shirt to reveal a long, wicked scar across his pecs. And that's how I got the scar.
Hey.
I followed Georgia Mathers to the ends of the earth. We faced exorcisms, demons, poltergeists that threw our equipment across the room. But I had never seen Georgia so scared. She was never the same after that, and neither was I. We just couldn't play Phasmophobia anymore. It's too powerful. It's too scary. Duncan, watching what happened to Daniel and Georgia shook my faith, but I came out of that experience as a better man and a better friend. Robert, we've been brothers ever since. The tour group gives us a round of applause as Robert and I share an emotional hug. As he embraces me, I can smell the cologne on his neck. Wow, Robert does clean up good. I find myself lingering a little too long on the hug. The tour guide seems to have bought it. Even he's wiping a tear from his eyes. Oh, that's just because he's sad. Thank you. It's an honour to be able to share our story. Duncan, be sure to watch out for our book. I kind of feel like the middle one. Okay, no. Paranormal Excursions of the Supernatural, Ice Road Ghost Truckers. Oh, I think we know that he likes that show. Robert has to suppress the laugh at that.
Hey!
Thomas agreed. Well, I think you both definitely earned your t-shirts. The tour guide hands us the coveted t-shirts. He then slips us both his business card and leans in close.
Bang, bang.
If you guys ever need a professional actor, balloon animal artist, Elvis impersonator, or nude model, please don't hesitate to contact me.
Sup?
Robert, you got it, buddy. After a couple of tourists take selfies with us, we split away from the group and walk home. Duncan, that was incredible. Robert, I really can't believe they bought all of that. I didn't know you had it in you, Duncan. Excuse me, Dr. Loomis. A bit about the pocket Bible was aces, although giving the Dover ghost glowing red eyes was a little cliche. Duncan, and the Kubrick conspiracy theory bit wasn't?
Oh.
Robert, all a part of the character. Duncan, well, we got the shirts out of it. We arrive in front of Robert's house. Robert, want to have a drink? Trying to poison me? You know where this goes. Small. I know the steps. 1 second, I'm sipping delicious aged scotch. Next, I'm foaming at the mouth and you've taken over the throne.
Hi.
Robert, long live the king, baby.
I...
It just seemed like his vibe. Robert leads me inside. I can't help but think about what Mary said to me. Robert did seem a little bit off, but that completely disappeared when we were joking around with the ghost tour. I don't know. He's hard to read. While I'm thinking, I hear claws skittering across the floor. Betsy! Oh god, it's this pit bull. I'm about to be torn to shreds. I shut my eyes tight and brace for impact. Robert, Betsy, hey, be nice. I don't feel anything but tiny paws scratching at my shoes. I open my eyes. Yep, Boston Terrier. Or a French Bulldog? Duncan, Betsy?
Mm-hmm.
Robert's dog jumps away from me, running around in circles, sniffing Robert's legs. He pats her on the head. Hey, that's not a pit bull. This is the cutest, dumbest, stupidest Boston Terrier I've ever seen. Duncan, Betsy, you're not a pit bull. And you weren't taken by the Dover ghost. Robert, Betsy's made of tougher stuff than that, ain't you, girl? Betsy rolls over for some well-deserved belly rubs.
Oh.
Little tongues in a permanent blep. Robert, I just keep a picture of a large pit bull in my wallet in case of emergencies. Comedic emergencies. We make our way to Robert's living room. For a quiet man with arguably the oldest pickup truck that can be legally driven, his place is amazing. There are sleek, modern appliances throughout the room with a big flat-screen TV mounted on the wall. Beneath 2 boomerangs. I want to point those out. He has shelves upon shelves of DVDs. Guess he wasn't lying about being really into cinema. He pours us both glasses of whiskey from a well-stocked bar in the corner while Betsy curls up on a pile of cushions. Duncan, so, how did you really get that scar? And don't tell me you got it fishing for Alaskan king crabs in the Bering Sea or something. You trained me too well. Robert laughs and takes a sip of his drink. Robert, my daughter and I were riding our bikes. I hit a rock, flew over the handlebars, and then we went to the hospital. And that's it.
Hey.
Not a very interesting story. Duncan, never heard you talk about your daughter. I mean, he must have one, right? This is Dream Daddy, they're all dads. Robert, well, I have one. That's her. He points at a picture on the wall of a very serious little girl with dark eyes. Yep, that's definitely Robert's daughter. Duncan, how old is she? Robert, 25? 26? Not too sure. Duncan, does she live around here?
Really?
Robert, no, Val lives back home in Brooklyn. Oh, hey, New Yorker, Harry. New Yorker for you. And Blink, I guess. Maybe, I don't know. Works at some new media online magazine thing. Makes buckets, though.
Mm-hmm.
He suddenly seems really serious. I probably shouldn't press him about it.
Hey,
Robert, you like Santana? Yes. Yes, I do.
sup?
Robert, great. Robert puts on Santana and takes a seat on the couch next to me. He suddenly downs his drink in one gulp. Duncan, hey, are you alright? Robert. Robert leans in and kisses me, the taste of whiskey burning my lips. I'm surprised at first, but slowly relax into his arms. He pulls away slightly, his lips barely brushing against my mouth. Dang, Robert had to be a New Yorker. Robert, I am now. I can't say anything, at best managing a sigh. Robert leans in again, kissing me harder. He pulls my bottom lip between his teeth and bites lightly, sliding a hand under my shirt. My heart pounds in my chest as he lies us both down on the couch. He kisses a trail down my neck, his teeth grazing my skin. I just... wait. Duncan, it's not that. Robert bites down and I have to stifle a moan. Duncan, Craig should have been a New Yorker so he could have been a Mets fan. Fair. Duncan, stop. Robert stiffens up and pulls away.
Oh?
Robert, no biting? Duncan, no, I'm more than okay with that.
Oh.
Look at Robert respecting boundaries. Hell yeah. Heck yeah, sorry. Duncan, something's up. Robert runs a hand through his hair and looks away. Robert, I'm fine. Just been kind of stressed out. Tired, not a big deal. I kind of want to push it. I kind of want to, you know, help. Yeah, we push it. Duncan, listen, I want this as badly as you do, but I know something's wrong. I need to make sure that you're okay. Robert stares at the ground. Robert, you don't know me that well, Duncan. I'm not a good person. He takes a deep breath.
Oh.
I spent my whole life only taking and taking and taking, and now here I am, an old, broken man sitting on top of a pile of everything I've ever taken, alone. You're not that old, Robert. Duncan, but I want to know you. You don't have to keep hiding behind fake stories and acting like you don't have feelings.
Oh?
Robert, it's... He sighs heavily.
I don't know.
It's Val. She's visiting tomorrow. She wants to patch things up. Duncan, are you... I'm sorry, but is this a bit... Oh, is this a bit... Robert? No. Something tells you Ari likes Craig? Yeah, Blink. Ari is a Craig stan. I mean, he is kind of cute, in all fairness. Duncan, when was the last time you saw her? Robert. 3, 4, I think? Duncan, months? Robert. He means age, doesn't he? Oh, he means years. Years? I sit up straight. Duncan. Jesus, Robert, what happened between you two? Robert. I don't want to talk about it. Robert and I sit in silence, neither of us wanting to look at each other, both of us unsure of what to do next. Robert. Fine. Things were already bad between us. I cared about her. I always did. Things just got in the way. And before I knew it, she was leaving for college, wanting nothing to do with me. Marilyn and I moved out here to settle down. We thought it would help to get away from all the distractions, all the money, the drinking. But temptation gets to you. I tried to be better, but I just couldn't. And then the accident changed everything. I think every day about how she must have died hating me. I never became the better man that she wanted me to be. The one she always saw in me. She was the last thread Val and I had connecting us together. I didn't know that when I lost my wife, I was going to lose my daughter too. Duncan. Robert. Robert. I spent so much time chasing after things I thought were going to make me happy that I ruined my only real chance at happiness. Now my wife is dead, and my daughter hates me. Problem is that you moved from NYC to Massachusetts, and that's why your life is crap, Robert. What are you saying about Massachusetts? I almost went to University of Massachusetts, actually. I seriously considered it. UMass. Amherst. Robert. And then I convinced myself that this, he gestures vaguely in my direction, was going to make me happy. Why do I even try anymore? Duncan. I'm so sorry. I know how hard it is to... Robert. No. You don't. How could you possibly know how this feels? You did everything right. Your daughter loves you. You're a good person. I was a terrible husband, and I'm an even worse father. I have no idea why she's even bothering to contact me now. I know I'm just going to fuck it up like I always do. I'm broken. I shouldn't even go. Hey, Robert, stop personally attacking me, the streamer, right now. But people in Massachusetts are way too uptight. You would have hated it. Possibly. We'll never know. Robert puts his head in his hands. I'm going to tell him what he needs to hear, because I'm very much that kind of person. Duncan, nothing is going to change until you do. Robert pauses. He looks at me. There are a lot of things in my life that I regret, that I wish I could take back or do over, which is what the autosaver's for, let's face it, that's what the do-overs are. And it hurts so much to know that I can't. But what I can do, and what you have the privilege of doing tomorrow morning, is to wake up and try to be a better person than you were the day before. Hey, that's my life lesson. That's how I try to live my life. Things aren't going to fix themselves tomorrow, or the next day. And patching things up with Val isn't going to solve all of your problems either. But nothing is going to change if you don't. And you can't love anyone else until you stop hating yourself. And you're right. I don't know you that well. But you have the same capacity for good that we all have. And I know you can find it. Val is giving you a chance. Don't waste it. Robert, Duncan, Robert, listen to me. It's going to be okay. Robert, but... I lean over and embrace Robert, pulling him in as tightly as I can. He buries his head into my shoulder, hugging me back. Duncan, it's going to be okay. I place a hand on the back of his head and stroke his hair. He shudders, then sobs, and I realise that he's crying. Robert, thank you. We stay there for a while, holding each other. We both eventually drift off to sleep. Oh my god, all of the feels.
Uh-oh, where'd my pants go?
I don't know, Robert. Where did your pants go? Achievement unlocked, Knife Dad. Game? Whew, thought it had crashed. Whew, I think I have everything finally set up. Amanda should be here any minute now. I think that's her car in the driveway. Okay, gotta act natural. Be cool, Duncan, be cool. Amanda walks through the door with a suspicious look on her face. Hey, Dad. Amanda. Hey, Dad. Was that... No, Unstable Ace. That was Robert's third date. I rechecked the guide, and that bit where Mary was angry at me was a bug. It wasn't supposed to play at all. So I didn't have to... There's no way I can get a good ending on it, basically. Hey, Dad. Off to a good start. Something fishy? Rats! Sorry, sweetie, it's the feds. Duncan, that life of crime is finally catching up to you. I tried to send him in a different direction, but even I'm no match for the power and funding of the US government.
Ugh.
Amanda, well, if they think they're going to take me alive, they got another thing coming. Duncan, I'm kidding. You're right. I have a little surprise for you.
Ugh.
Amanda, yeah, I can tell. You're very bad at lying. Duncan, Amanda, my dear, would you care to join me in the kitchen? Amanda, Father, it would fill my heart with glee. I lead Amanda over to the kitchen table where a present lies covered under a tablecloth. Duncan, it's nothing special, but I wanted to get you a little something. You graduated high school last week, and I know you told me not to make a big deal about it, but... Amanda, oh, Dad, you... I dramatically whip the cloth off of the table. Amanda's jaw drops.
Hey.
Amanda, no way! Duncan, I figure you probably won't be able to get cable in the dorm, so I thought it might be nice to take a piece of home with you. Amanda, a DVD box set of long-haul paranormal ice road ghost truckers? This is all 19 seasons. Chat, does that exist? Can I own that? Duncan, and bonus material, including commentary with actual ghosts featured on the show.
Huh.
Amanda, Dad, I love this, thank you. She gives me a big hug. Duncan, I'm glad you like it. Hey, you want to hang out with me in the backyard for a bit? Toss the old pigskin or something? Amanda, totally. I follow Amanda to the back door. Surprise graduation party with all of my hot friends. The phrase is, you've got another think coming. I wish people would get this phrase correct when using it. Yeah. That's a subject of contention, isn't it? Think versus thing. Amanda, what? Duncan, you told me not to make a big deal, but I've just noticed how tall Craig is compared to all of the other dads. But you seem to have forgotten that my entire mission in life is to make a big deal out of your accomplishments. So consider this your graduation party. Surprise! Amanda, Dad, everyone's here. Duncan, well, yeah, everyone wants to come and support you.
Yeah.
Amanda, is that a mac and cheese bar? Duncan, sure is. Fully customizable down to the type of mac. Wait, I guess there's different things you can make macaroni from, I suppose. Duncan, and there's an ice cream cake, the good kind with the crunches in the middle.
Yeah.
Amanda, I don't know what to say. Duncan, don't say anything. Just go have fun with your pals, alright? Oh yeah, Craig, be tall and assert your dominance over the other dads. Duncan, I'm so proud of you, Amanda. Amanda smiles and runs to her friends. I should make the rounds and make sure everyone's having a good time. But first, mac and cheese. I haven't had macaroni cheese in years. Pablo, Duncan, my dude! Duncan, Pablo, how's the shirt business going? Pablo, my bud, I got men's shirts. I got women's shirts. I got tank tops in a variety of sizes, shapes and colours. Each one of them of fine quality, screen printed with the logo and visage of world-renowned witch house outfit Vacant Veil. Purchasable at most respectable retailers. But more specifically, out of the trunk of my car. I'm also selling my mom's world-famous homemade apple butter. Duncan, never stop hustling, Pablo. Pablo, baby, you got it. I walk over to Mary, who's having a lively conversation with Amanda. Mary, listen kid, you're going to need some real life skills out there if you're going to make it out on the streets. Amanda, I'm going to college. Mary, same thing. Look, I know you're not old enough to drink. Amanda, right. Mary, and I know you're smart enough not to drink until you're of legal age. Amanda, uh-huh. Mary, but, hypothetically, if you were to drink, it'd behoove you to drink a glass of water between rounds. Amanda, got it.
Dad.
Hypothetically.
Hey.
Mary, and if you wake up with a headache, all you gotta do is... Amanda, take a jar of pickles and drink the pickle juice. That would dehydrate you even more, Mary. You're gonna be fine. Duncan, what's going on here?
Come on.
Mary, girl talk. Mary turns back to Amanda.
Hey.
Now, let me tell you about how to deal with a bad roommate. First thing to know, you get straight A's if they die during the semester. Okay? Duncan, Mary.
Come on.
Mary, relax, it's a myth. Supposedly. Against my better judgment, I leave them be. I don't think I recognise that girl by the snack table. I should go say hello. Is that Val? Because as a pansexual, if that's Val, yes. Duncan, hi, I don't think we've met. Huh? Oh, we've met years ago. And I'm here for my revenge. Duncan. You're Robert's kid, aren't you? Hello, Val. Val, spot on. I guess that makes you Duncan, huh? Duncan, yeah, that's nice to meet you. I'm glad Robert brought you along, sorry. Val, he promised to be free food, so that's kind of hard to pass up, and... Look, I don't know you, but can I get real with you for a sec? My old man's a real close book, you know? Me and him, we got a long way to go. You don't erase decades of neglect in a week, but you sure can get tired of staying angry about it. That kind of bitterness, it poisons you, I think. I'm too young for that. Anyway, lately he's been... better. A lot better. And between him shaving for once and how much he talks about you, I get the feeling you have something to do with it. So, thanks. Duncan. Robert means a lot to me. I'm glad he's getting better. Val, just keep an eye on him while I'm not around, okay? Or else. Duncan, what? Val, I'm kidding. Unless. Or am I? I don't know why I'm like this. Hey, that's me every day of my life. Duncan, I think it runs in the family. Amanda trots up to the conversation. Amanda, hey, I love your necklace. And And your hair. And just, geez, your whole vibe is cool. Val, thanks. I like your jacket. My girlfriend collects pins too. Duncan. Oh, this is my daughter, Amanda. Amanda, this is Robert's daughter, Val. Val, nice meeting you. I heard you were a photographer. I was gonna say, probably not. Okay. No, I'm not gonna finish that thought. It's not worth it. Nice meeting you. I heard you're a photographer. Amanda, aspiring photographer. I'm going to school for it. Val, you take pictures? Amanda, yes. Yes. Val, then you're a photographer. Welcome to the biz. Val hands Amanda a business card. If you're ever looking for an internship, shoot me an email. Anyway, I need to go make friends with that woman over there who's dual-wielding wine glasses. Catch you later. Val has her priorities sort of right, I guess. Val walks away. Amanda, she's so cool. She gave me a business card. She touched my hand. Duncan, congrats, you just networked for the first time. Amanda, I'm a regular business lady now. Quarterly projections, stock market, synergy. Oh gosh, she's caught corporatism. Duncan, while you're making a fortune as a businesswoman, I gotta keep this party going. Amanda, catch you around, Pops. Brian, Duncan, Brian, you made it. Brian, ha, I don't pass up on good Mac. Duncan, what do you think of the party? Brian, it's not bad. Duncan, just not bad. Brian, yeah, it's not bad. Don't let him bait you. Don't let him bait you. Thank you for the lovely compliment. Brian, sure thing, pal. So, let me know if you ever want to head out on the lake. I'd be happy to pull you out to the drink again. Deep breaths. Daisy trots up. Daisy, hi. Amanda's dad. Duncan, hey, Brian's daughter. See how that feels. Daisy, this is a really great party. Thanks so much for inviting us. Duncan, you're very welcome, tiny child who knows how to pay a compliment. Brian and I lock eyes. This isn't over. Craig, hey bro. Duncan, bro, he brought River to the party. Craig, this is a real rager, taking our older age into consideration. Duncan, I'm trying to be in bed at a reasonable hour tonight. Don't let me get too wild.
Hey!
Craig, don't worry, dude. I'll keep an eye on your fruit punch intake. You know, I'm really glad we're bros again. Let's hit the gym sometime soon, sir. Sometime soon, huh? Duncan, sure thing, dude. Briar and Hazel peek out behind Craig. Hi, little ones. Briar, hello. Hazel, hiya. Briar, thank you for all that ice cream cake. Craig, wait. Girls, how much of that did you eat? Hazel, Briar ate 4 pieces. Ask any witness. Briar, no I didn't. Hazel ate 4 pieces and wants to pin it on me because we look alike. Hazel, I have your face. Nobody will ever believe you. That is oddly sinister, Hazel. But then again, Craig is a meat suit puppeted by a baby, so... Craig, oh boy. Duncan, I'll let you guys figure this out. Good seeing you, Craig. Let's hang soon, yeah?
Bro!
Craig, totally. Tell Amanda congrats for us. Joseph, looks like you settled into this neighborhood quite nicely. Duncan, yep. Couldn't ask for a better cul-de-sac. Joseph, well, I'm glad. Hopefully see you at more church events. We've got a big schedule planned for the rest of the year, and I'm sure the kids would love to see your dance moves again. I'd love to break my legs doing the dance moves again. Duncan, sure thing, Joseph. Joseph, and maybe if you aren't doing anything later, we could hang out sometime. Duncan, sure, Joseph, that'd be great. Well, see you later. Hugo comes up to me with a plate of mac and cheese. Hugo, the perfect cheddar to mac ratio. Beautiful work, Duncan. Duncan, thanks, Hugo. I learned from the best. Hugo, I've got a pocket full of gift cards that say you already knew a thing or two. Let's get together for trivia night again sometime, huh? Sometime soon, huh? Duncan, you know what? Hugo, you know, really pleased to see Amanda going to her dream school. I'm glad she turned it around for finals. Duncan, me too. That scholarship money will really help. Goodbye, Amanda, I guess. Amanda walks by and pretends to not see Hugo. Duncan, Amanda, come say hi to your old teacher. Amanda, hey. Wait, so... did she exit stage left last time? And I don't know. Amanda, hey. Hugo, congratulations on graduating. I know you're going to do great things at art school.
Pew!
Oh, she hit him with the finger guns. She has asserted dominance. Amanda, haha, yeah, thanks. Amanda starts to back away. Wait, I just realised that you're not my teacher anymore, so I don't have to be afraid of talking to you. You no longer hold power over me. Hugo, you're right. Go forth, adult. I can no longer give you detention. Amanda, yeah, I'm going to break anything I want. There's nothing you can do about it. Hugo. Are you still mad about the time I gave you detention for breaking my globe?
Huh.
Amanda, nope.
Oh.
And I'll have you know that the globe didn't even fit through the basketball hoop in the first place, so... River and meat soup, Craig. Hugo, she'll fit into college just fine.
Hey.
Matt, hey man. Duncan, Matt, let me know when Amanda leaves for college. I'll have a fresh batch of grateful banana bread ready for her. Oh, shout outs to that first decision I had to make. Duncan, thank you. I know she'll love that. Real talk though, chat. Banana bread is so good. Duncan, have you gotten that oregano smell out of your upholstery yet? Matt. Still working on it.
Oh.
Damien! What a splendid garden party. My deepest thanks for extending an invitation to my son and I. This icebox cake is divine. Lucian, yeah, thanks dude. Good cake. I stare at Lucian. He knows. I know. But I'm a man of my word. The story of his oregano betrayal will go unsung. I'm just realised I'm clicking on Damien's crotch area. Let's move the cursor. Duncan, thanks for coming by. As the party starts to wind down, I take a seat on our back porch step. The sun is setting and everyone seems to have eaten their fill. Amanda wanders over and sits down next to me. Amanda, killer party, Pops. Duncan, what can I say? I was inspired. Amanda, I also have something for you.
Huh.
Duncan, for me? Why? Amanda, not to be completely genuine about my feelings for once or anything, but growing up wasn't easy, but it could have been a lot harder if it wasn't for you. Dad, you've been there for me through everything. There's been times in my life when you were my only friend. I was really scared of going to college and being so far away from you, but I realised that everything you've done for me has been to prepare me for this. And I'm ready. I wouldn't be who I am today without you. Don't cry, don't cry. I swear to God, Duncan, if you cry again. You're the best, Dad. I love you. And I'm crying. Anyway, that was enough emotional vulnerability for one day. Present time. Amanda hands me a tiny wrapped package. I tear the wrapping off to find a framed picture of me and Amanda. Duncan, it's us. Amanda, kinda shocking all of our photo albums are just pictures of me, huh? Figured we needed at least one together before I leave. Duncan, Amanda, thank you. Watching you grow up has been the happiest experience of my life. You're such a talented, intelligent young woman, and I'm so excited to see what the future holds for you. Knock 'em dead, kid. Amanda, always do. Amanda and I share a hug. This is only the beginning, Pops. Plenty more memories for us down the road. Why is Amanda best, kid? Answered on the back of a postcard. Duncan, memories to make and stuff to break, right?
Aww.
Amanda, we got the world's best dad achievement. I'm going to break so much stuff, intentionally and unintentionally. You're probably going to have to pay for most of it. Duncan, it would be my honour. Amanda hops up. Amanda, looks like someone's been waiting to talk to you. I glance over to the back of the yard where Robert is sitting on a bench beneath their cherry blossom tree. He smiles at me. He's sitting beneath the sakura tree. Well, that's the love symbolism right there.
Huh.
Amanda, I'll leave you to it. Me and the Emmas are going to go get ice cream.
Pew!
Wait, you're friends again? Also, she has asserted dominance over us, chat, with the finger guns. Pew pew. Love you, Pops. Amanda runs off to join her friends. I'm glad they're friends again. I take a seat next to Robert as the last guests make their way out of the party. Robert, hey. Duncan, hey. Robert. Duncan. Robert gestures vaguely to the snack table. Good stuff. Duncan, yep. So, I had a chance to talk to Val.
Hi.
Robert, she physically threaten you? Duncan, yeah. Robert, that's my girl. Duncan, she said you've been doing better. Robert, trying to work on the vices. I also showered today. We sit in silence for a moment. You know, every day for me is a battle against my own self-destructive habits. But lately, it's gotten a little easier. Thanks for talking some sense into me. It's hard to get things through my thick skull sometimes, but what you said that night has actually helped. Duncan, I'm glad. Robert, I like you, Duncan. I like you a lot. I haven't felt this way about someone in a long time. I lean in and kiss him for a moment before he pulls away. He takes my hand in his.
Hi.
You're special to me, but I have some stuff I need to work on emotionally before I can get into anything romantic with you. You deserve better than who I am right now. I need to be on my own for a bit, figure some things out. Duncan, of course. I think what you need right now is a friend, and I'm very happy to be that for you. Robert, thank you. That means a lot to me. Duncan, and if you're ever ready for more than that, you know where to find me. Robert, let's hunt ghosts sometime. Duncan, I would love that. I put my head on his shoulder and we watched the sun slowly dip below the horizon together. I'm assuming that's the good ending. We'll just let the credits roll out. We'll check to see if I've unlocked any anything in the gallery, because I think you get an image if you get the good ending. And then what time is it? I should have time to start another date at least. I thought Robert was Dan Abaddon. Man, that beat, that bassy. So nothing from the roofers whom I contacted earlier, so that's wonderful. Glad I didn't. So the plan today was to stream Bloodborne PSX into the Discord server instead, which would have been fun as well. But yeah, these roofers. Well, the thing is, they are quite reasonably priced. The issue is that our job, the work that we want to do is so small, it's never going to be a priority. Like, they're actually fixing roofs. We just need a pipe fixing to our wall. Ski ball. Like, it's fine. I wish their communication is quite bad. YouTube doesn't think it was someone else's music. They think it was the Wii jogging music. Should be quick, so they should just get it and do it and get it over with. I know, that's the other way of looking at it. This is not DVP by Pup. Test company, please ignore. Well, I've texted them. I'm just going to wait for them, and then if they haven't replied by tomorrow, I'll text them again. The game from Game Grumps. Like, as I say, I totally get it. Like, you're the best pops, Amanda. Professor Duncan, man. There's the pin-up. That's the good ending. I know, not enough chest. The dads. If I go to gallery, I can look at it. However, this one.
Welcome. You've got dads.
Let's just get it out of the way. Let's do the one that's going to feel terrible either way. Oh, this isn't going to be fun, chat. This is not going to be fun at all. I really want to see Joseph again, but after that weird encounter with Mary, I don't know. He's my friend, right? I should be able to hang out with him and it not be weird, right? Right? The computer pings as a message flies into my inbox. It's Joseph. Hi Duncan, we should hang out. Like, actually hang out. No manual labour, no impromptu therapy sessions with sad DJs, no kids. Just you, me, and the open ocean. Duncan, wait. How are we going to get on the open ocean? How are we going to get on the open ocean, you might ask? Good question. Whoa, prescient. If you're interested, I'll meet you down by the marina and you can check out the goods, if you know what I mean. I mean my yacht. Let me know. Joseph owns a yacht? Amanda, Joseph owns a yacht?
Yes.
Duncan, I'm as surprised as you are.
Oh.
Amanda, you've been holding out on me, your only daughter, whom you love. Duncan, what? Did you think having me as a father would somehow afford you the fringe benefit of getting to go on a yacht?
Hmm?
Amanda, what else did it get me? I'm a dog, that's for sure. Your words cup deep, Pops, real deep.
Yeah.
Dad, if there's one thing in the world that's better than a dog, it's a yacht dog. You and your yacht dog, that's a bond forged through the trials at sea. Duncan, relax, kiddo. Joseph's invited me onto his yacht. It's going to be a yacht of fun. That was a good joke. I like that joke. Amanda, I'm glad you're excited, but that doesn't mean you get to start throwing out puns. Duncan, why yacht, Amanda? Amanda? Duncan, well, I gotta go get ready to go on my friend's yacht. I start to walk away, but Amanda stops me.
Huh.
Amanda, hey, in all seriousness, I hope you have fun. But make good choices, okay? Duncan, but Dad! Amanda, don't stay out too late. You can't go to Jennifer Longforth's birthday party this weekend. Duncan, she promised me she would propose to me, but ended up going with Logan Crutchfield. I'm not going anywhere near that party. Amanda, good bit, Dad. Duncan, good bit. I respond back to Joseph. So this is Joseph. Letting him now be there. A quaint marina complete with local mom and pop shops and the small diner frame the bay. I've gone for a few walks by the bayside to stare enviously at all the nice boats before. Joseph should be around here somewhere. Just pulling up the date options. Please bear with me. Gosh, this is fancy. I feel a little out of place. Huh? Duncan. That doesn't sound like Joseph. I turn around to find... Duncan. Robert, hey. What's he doing here? Robert, so. How's Joseph? Robert comes off cold immediately. I get the feeling he's not happy I'm here. What's with that look? He seems very angry. Very, very angry. Duncan, he's going through some stuff.
Oh.
Robert, Robert blasts through a cigarette.
How dare you?
So I guess he's your friend now, huh? Your pal? I feel like Robert's and Joseph's stories are like mutually incompatible based on how Mary behaves when you're doing Joseph's story and how Robert behaves when you're doing... Well, how both Mary and Robert behaving during Joseph's story. But then Mary's all happy and stuff during Robert's story. Anyway, so I guess he's your friend now, huh? Your pal? Duncan, oh, he's... Robert? You're my friend too.
Oh.
Robert, and I suppose two friends just spend the night out on a private yacht together, being buds, chatting about friendship. Is that what two friends... They totally slept together. Robert was Joseph's affair, wasn't he? Is that what two friends do? His voice is getting louder. What has gotten into him? Duncan, Robert, come on, you know I'm not like that.
Excuse me?
Robert, Duncan, you might be an idiot, but I'm not. I've got nothing, that's fair. That's what I gather, but then why is Mary so cool with Robert? Who knows? Duncan, well, I guess if she blames Joseph instead of Robert, maybe? What's your problem with Joseph anyway? Robert, I don't like Joseph. I don't trust Joseph. Joseph is a bad guy, and I don't want him around you. Duncan, Robert, you committed petty larceny last week and think you've been haunted by the Dover ghost.
What?
Robert, it was the goddamn Dover ghost.
Huh.
Robert pauses to calm himself down.
I don't know.
Joseph's not who you think he is. Duncan, what? Robert, ask him about it sometime. Bring it up. And watch your back when you do, because a guy like that will put a knife right in it. Robert flicks his cigarette into the front seat of a recently cleaned schooner before turning around to leave. He takes a step, hesitates, then turns back to face me. You're both awful. You deserve each other. I'll tell Mary you said hi. With that, Robert storms off down the pier. Well, okay. I wander deeper into the marina. All of these boats are really, really nice. I wonder which one is Joseph's. Also, yes, dang, Robert. I think Duncan's dead now. I think he's just dead. There's no way he's recovering from that. Joseph, hey Duncan. Duncan, Joseph, where are you? Joseph, up here. I look up. Joseph waves to me from atop a huge yacht. Duncan, I've never been on a yacht before. Joseph, you never forget your first. I glance at the name on the side of the boat. The St. Peter, huh? Joseph, inherited this thing from my pops. Real fire and brimstone type. Loved yachts. Duncan, so what's the plan, Captain? Joseph, I figured since last time went a bit sideways, we could cast our lot out into the open sea, wrestle with Neptune, set sail on the seas of adventure. Duncan, you're kind of a goofball when you're not wrangling your kids, you know that. Joseph smiles and winks from his perch. Joseph, I have no idea what you're talking about. Joseph hops down and extends a hand to me, helping me up onto the yacht. I'm thrown off by how soft his hands are. Does he moisturize or what? Duncan, stop thinking about his hands. Pure thoughts. You're going to be on a boat, alone, with Joseph on the open ocean. It's a yacht. He's married. It's fine. This is fine. After undoing the mooring and climbing into his captain's seat, Joseph slowly takes the boat out, ringing the big steel bell with extra emphasis even though nobody else seems to be around. Joseph shoving off, boat launching, man and boat launching as one. The St. Peter navigates out of the marina and into open water, with Joseph doing the occasional steering flourish as the boat bobs along with the waves. He seems a lot more relaxed down here. Joseph is definitely in his element.
Oh.
Joseph, this is the part where we wrestle Neptune, so please remove your shirt and roll in some talcum powder. Can do?
Ooh, Cracker Barrels.
That said, luckily I brought my Neptuning fork. I dramatically pull off my shirt, my dad bod illuminated in the reflection of Maple Bay's rippling water. I am strong.
Wow.
Joseph, not bad. We might have to tag team Neptune together. I'm suddenly worried that I haven't applied a strong enough SPF sunscreen and might get a sunburn. I put my shirt back on. For a while, we watch as the trees and waves pass us by. Duncan, where are we going? Joseph, a little further out. It's a lot quieter once we get out onto open water. Plus, we could see whales. Whales are cool. Duncan, I don't trust whales. Nothing should be that big.
Yeah.
Joseph, noted. Joseph maneuvers the boat past some boys. He sighs. Joseph, wish I could get out more often. But you know, Duncan, family, wife, saving souls. Joseph, so many souls. They could barely hold them all. Well, the trick there is to die, and then you lose all the souls that you've collected, and you never go back for them, and you don't have to hold them at all. Or Cthulhu, this is Massachusetts after all. Not wrong, Harry. He's going to take you to international waters to sell your organs. He might, Byron. He very well might. I watched Joseph work the boat. Despite his age, he doesn't look like he's slowed down at all, and from here I can see how toned his muscles are. Impure thoughts!
Aye.
Ding, ding, shame! Ding, ding, shame! I stare out at the ocean. Joseph's right. It's a lot quieter out here. But something about that conversation with Robert still bothers me. So, I ran into Robert. Joseph, was he... He wasn't waiting for you at the dock, was he? Duncan, yes, and smoking like a chimney. Joseph, that's Robert, all right. Duncan, is everything okay between you two? He seemed angry. Joseph, it's... how do I put this? STG Joseph, if you say complicated.
Oh.
Robert. Joseph, did Robert ever proposition you for, escapades? Duncan, actually he did.
Yeah.
Joseph, and did you take him up on that? Duncan, no. Joseph, well. That is where we differ. Duncan, what? Joseph, I know, father of 4, family man, married for Christ's sakes. I should never have even... But I was in a bad place, and with Mary constantly out, Joseph settles himself before continuing. This definitely gets under his skin. I made a hasty decision. One which Robert does not exactly... He has a weird thing about casual... Duncan, but he asked you. Joseph, you have to ask Robert about the weird Robert politics of that. He's been weird about it ever since. Duncan. Huh.
Yeah.
But it's over, right?
Hmm.
Joseph. Oh, yes, absolutely. That began and ended on the same day. Duncan. Well, okay then. Joseph. So, you're not upset? Duncan. I'm not. Things happen, Joseph, and I think you of all people deserve a little forgiveness.
Oh.
Joseph. Thank you, Duncan. That means more than you'll ever know. I mean, like, he hasn't exactly expressed any contrition about it. I mean, he admitted it was in a bad place and shouldn't have done it, but that's the limit. You know what we do with people whose wives are called Mary and who fuck up? We send them to a little town in America. Joseph and I boat in silence as the bay gets smaller and smaller behind us. I decide to take a peek over the edge of the ship. The wake this thing kicks off is intense. I wonder if Joseph would ever let me water ski off of his yacht. Wife's name's Mary. You fucked up. Little town in America, Harry. Come on, you know this. It's full of fog. Things best left unseen. Hey, dolphins. Duncan. Joseph, there are dolphins. Joseph, so you're scared of whales, but not dolphins. They're both cetaceans. Duncan. I feel like there's an unspoken truce between man and dolphin. I'd be more than comfortable riding a dolphin into battle.
Oh.
Real talk, dolphin cavalry should be a thing. Joseph, dolphins are way more dangerous. They sometimes drown their babies for fun, you know. Oh, I know, Joseph. They also attack orca for fun. Also, they get high intentionally. Duncan, can I trust nothing on the open ocean?
Oh.
I was going to say something about Silent Hill. That was it. I have had a Silent Hill 2 to the community challenge goal thing. And if it isn't met by the time Halloween rocks around, I'll play in October. But I'm thinking I might play Silent Hill 1 first. I know they're not related in any way. I'm just curious. Joseph, or like there are tangential connections, let's say. Joseph, I like to think that I'm pretty cool. Duncan, all right, Joseph. It's you and me versus the entirety of marine life. Can't trust the open ocean. Road waves are a reality. They really are. Yeah, I mean, there's lore hints and stuff, isn't there? But isn't... So I'm reading an academic critical take on Silent Hill 2 right now. And I think the quote from one of the developers was like, I can't remember the quote. I can't remember what I was going to say. But like, yeah, the current Humble Bundle, Ari, it's books, like it's like research into the themes and histories of video games. I shall. It's more like academic in terms of this is a video game journalist who's looked at academic resources and has worked them into the text, than hey, this is a thing. But because the resources are there, they are named and you can then follow up on them. Anyway, I yell out to the ocean. I kind of want to go with the last one. I think one of the titles quoted is about psychology. I don't know. It's lobster. I had lobster last week and I can't wait to eat more of you. You tell him, Duncan. No, more like what you do, I guess, is if there's any video game stuff. Hang on, I'll go and grab it so I can check. Well, that's mildly annoying. So I got this for Christmas because I thought it sounded interesting and asked for it on my Christmas list. It's basically the psychology of fear and how we portray it in popular culture. It's called On Monsters. But it doesn't use video games. It uses books and movies, which is mildly annoying because, video games. But there we go. I thought there might be something on Silent Hill in that, because that seems like an obvious thing to write about in a book on the psychology of fear. An unnatural history of our worst fears is the subtitle. Anyway, Joseph, and here we are. Duncan, welcome to the ocean. Oh, hang on. I need to be able to hear the door in case the door goes. Although I doubt it will at this point. I look out into the vast expanse of blueness. Yep, that's the ocean. Suddenly struck with an overwhelming sense of claustrophobia despite being in a wide open space. I'm on a boat, and I'm going nowhere, and with a handsome man, a handsome married man. And there are whales beneath us. Nothing should be that big. Joseph, it's a little daunting, isn't it? Duncan, do you trust the whales?
Huh?
Joseph, you know there are more dangerous things in the ocean than whales, right?
Eh.
Like tuna. The tuna is an apex predator. Also, tuna is a truly astoundingly large fish. Never realized how large tuna was until I watched the documentary on sushi. Also, fun fact about tuna, it's one of the few warm-blooded fish. Tuna, swordfish, great white sharks, and another kind of shark are all warm-blooded fish. Most other fish are cold-blooded. Or if you want scientific terms, they are endothermic fish, whereas most fish are exothermic. Anyway, this therapist's got to go see her therapist. Sorry. Okay, Harry. Hopefully you can come back tomorrow when we'll be talking to Craig. The tuna is an apex predator. Duncan, what about sharks? Joseph, sharks are tight.
Oh.
It's the tuna you got to watch out for. Duncan, and the whales. Joseph, hey, want to look out wistfully over the sea with me? Joseph and I head to the bow of the ship to do some quiet contemplation. Duncan, Joseph, shh. Quiet contemplation.
Oh.
I'm alone with my thoughts. Cool.
Eh.
I look out to the sea for a bit, then over to Joseph. He looks so commanding as he surveys the ocean. It feels like he really is at home on the water. What Mary said to me at the bar... I can't stop thinking about it. Is she right? But she's terrible to him. He's unhappy. He deserves better. I don't know what to think about this, but I just feel so drawn to Joseph. I should say something. So, about Mary. Joseph continues to stare off into the distance. Joseph, it's,
Oh.
well, if you really want to know.
Oh.
Suddenly, I hear a sputter coming from the engine room. Joseph runs over to the boat's controls and taps on some dials. Guess we can talk about Mary later. Joseph, oh, okay, so. Sorry, again, the fan blowing on me makes my nose a little runny. It's embarrassing. Joseph, we might have a small problem. Duncan, what small problem?
Yeah.
Joseph, we are out of gas. Duncan, the whales are going to get us. The whales siphoned our gas. Joseph, it's okay. I could just call one of my boat buddies to come tow us back in. Joseph pulls out his phone.
Yeah.
Just kidding. Can't do that because there's no service. I check my phone. I don't have service either.
Ah.
Duncan, should we submit ourselves to the whales? Joseph, well, I do have an old radio in the office, but it's broken. You hand it with tools. Duncan, I am a dad. If the radio is anything like frantically putting together a bike on Christmas Eve, should be no problem.
Oh.
Joseph, let's take a look at it and see what we can figure out. Joseph directs me toward the radio and showcases its insides. I don't know how radios work. Joseph, I think there's just some frayed wires in here. If we can reattach them, we should have a working radio in no time. We stare into the interior of the radio. I'm not entirely sure what I'm looking at. I don't think Joseph knows either. Joseph, you know what? Let's just throw some stuff around in there and see what works. Minigame?
MacGyver that radio.
Nope. I was actually trying for the paperclip, but sure. Am I supposed to be connecting things? Hang on. I don't really have great control over the hand, if I'm being honest. I think you're missing something. Oh, everything. Plug. I don't know what I'm doing. Ball. Coconut even. Ah, the gum. The gum was what was needed. Yes, I'm a technical genius. Hey, it works, kinda. Everything's freaking out. The radio springs to life. Whoa, we did it. Joseph speaks into the receiver. Hello? Hello? Can anyone hear me? Tries a few other channels. Nobody responds. We might be a little far out. I don't think there's anyone in range. Duncan, how big's the range? Joseph, well, this radio came in the boat when my dad bought it in the 60s, so not great. Duncan, that's reassuring. Now what? Joseph, there's worse places to be stuck than on a yacht. Wine? Wine. Joseph, I keep a couple emergency bottles below deck. Want to go grab some while I fiddle with this radio some more? Let's see. Wine. It's got to be around here somewhere. Examine the lounge. For an old yacht, this lounge is pretty high class. Wood panels on everything, leather couches. It's like an old Playboy photo shoot in here. Examine the bed. Oh, a California king. Swanky. It's unmade and a little messy. Less swanky. For an old yacht, this lounge... Oh, yeah. Examine the floor. There are some clothes strewn on the floor by the bed. Socks, slacks, yep. A pink polo shirt. Well, I guess now I know if Joseph prefers boxers or briefs. I'm going to say boxers. This place seems a little lived in. For an old yacht... Yeah. Examine the side table. Hey, wine glasses! I must be hot on the trail. But no wine. I grab 2 glasses and get back to searching. Rest of room. Shelf. Take a look at everything on the shelf. Photos. There's a few photos on the wall here. Looks like a picture from Joseph and Mary's wedding day. Nice grandpa glasses. Looking real slick there, Joe. Another pic of Mary and Joseph on this very yacht. Quality 90s fashion right here. Mary still has her patented stink face, but at least Joseph seems happy on the water. Hey, it's all the dads. Looks like it's from a couple of years ago. The gang's all here. Brian, Matt, Hugo, Craig, Damien, Robert. Wow, Robert's actually smiling. And wearing a sweater. I know that sweater. And there's one guy in the end that I don't recognise. Hugo's ex, maybe? And hey, here's Joseph go-karting with the kids. That's fun. I take a look at everything on the shelf. Books, looks like a bunch of different Bibles, on brand. A couple of old vet magazines, I guess those must be Mary's. Wait a minute. Is this? Well. Now the hot body shoe is on the other hot body foot. I take a look at... Okay, I don't know what that's got to do with anything, but sure. Examine knickknacks. If there's one thing Joseph does right, it's the odd stuff he puts on shelves. I take a moment to closely examine what I think is an old submarine clock. Ah, and there's the crosses again. Boy knows his crosses. Really cool design too. There's the room, and the cabinet. It's a sturdy cabinet, a little dusty, but I bet there are some treasures in here. Fire extinguisher. Look, you can tell a lot about a man by how seriously he takes his fire safety. Nice, Joseph, nice. Flashlights. Well, this is a solution to a different problem. Maybe if we're stranded out here for days and run out of electricity, we'll need these, but the chief concern right now is wine intake. And the drawer. Hey, it's wine! A whole drawer full of wine! It's a yacht club miracle. Twilight Rouge, huh? Come to daddy. Finally, time to get back up to Joseph. Head back up. I bring the wine and glasses up to the deck to find Joseph still hunched over the radio. Joseph, Duncan, wine! Good to see you too, just in time for the sunset. Duncan, I didn't take you for a drinker.
Yeah.
Joseph, haven't you heard? I'm a cool minister. Duncan, how cool?
Oh.
Joseph, I can land half of my kickflips. Duncan, what is that? Like 4?
Hey.
Joseph, 5 on a good day. Pour me. Power pour. Joseph, whoa, okay, time to party. We clink our glasses and drink up.
Oh.
Duncan, this wine's not bad. There's a hint of... Am I tasting grapes? Joseph, you have a discerning palate. It might be grapes. So I got some whiskey for Christmas, and you know that overblown embellishment thing they do for the taste and body for the body of wine? Yeah, they did that for the whiskey. It was great. Joseph and I lounge on the deck with our yacht wine, taking in the ocean air. The sun starts to dip below the horizon. Duncan, we could be stranded out here forever.
Oh.
Joseph, I can't think of anyone else I'd want to be stranded with. It's just you, me, and all those whales. So many whales. Duncan, you're killing the vibe.
Oh.
Joseph, revive the vibe, Duncan. Generally, it takes 3 days in that gigantic stone door rolled in front of a tomb, but I think we can save it. That was a good joke, Joseph. More like Jokeseph. Think about it. Duncan, do you like your mysteries hot-bodied?
Norm MacDonald!
Joseph,
Norm MacDonald!
it's a really rewarding series, Duncan. Duncan, Joseph, look, you have fun with your word jumbles. I will enjoy the well-crafted narrative excellence of a highly regarded serial. Duncan, of sex books.
Ooh.
Joseph, detective novels. Duncan, sexy detective books featuring a hard-boiled gumshoe who can't be held down by the law, or by love, or by the mystery of the Spanish lover. Joseph, you read them too. Duncan, the author really hit her stride around book 17. What's it like owning a yacht?
Okay.
Fuel prices on the rise. Yearly maintenance is a bit of a strain on the finances. Can't really take it out in the winter months.
Oh.
But also, sometimes you can have a party on your yacht and everyone thinks you're cool, so it evens out. Duncan, if you had a yacht, what would you name it? Long. Fuck you, Wales is a good one, as is the Salty Swallow, but my gut is telling me long, hard, and full of semen. Wine shoots out of Joseph's nose. Joseph, I need to make some phone calls and change the name of this boat. I go to take another sip of wine, but stop myself. Duncan, is wine an acceptable beverage in Margarita Zone?
Oh.
Joseph, that's this, Duncan. All beverages of leisure are welcome in the Margarita Zone. Duncan, this is almost what we wanted, right?
Oh.
Joseph, no responsibilities, no worries, other than possibly dying out here. Duncan, and the whales.
Oh.
Joseph, but yeah, I'd say we're in the zone. Joseph and I clink our wine glasses again. Duncan, to the Margarita Zone.
Yeah.
Joseph, wasted away. Again. Duncan, if you have any salt shakers, we can arrange them into a pentagram to summon Jimmy Buffett. Maybe he can save us. Hey, he cropped up, chat.
Oh.
Joseph, as a youth minister, I make pacts with neither the devil nor island jammers. If we're to get off this boat, it will be by the grace of God.
Oh.
Or Steely Dan. Duncan. Amen.
Hey.
Our laughter dies down. We're both silent for a moment, looking into each other's eyes. Joseph leans in closer. I feel myself doing the same. This is a bad idea. This is a bad idea. I can't help but feel like doing this will end up hurting someone else. But his face is real close to my face.
Eh.
Joseph, Duncan, I have to tell you something. Oh dear, babe, indeed. Mary and I are done. I pull back. I think about the clothes strewn around the lounge, the undone bed. Escape, escape, abort, abort! Duncan, are you living on this boat? Joseph, I didn't want to mention it, but he sighs, strolling back to the controls of the boat. I lean on the console next to him. We had a very long talk, and it's unsalvageable. I'm staying here until everything's sorted out. Duncan, oh, I'm so sorry. If there's anything I can do... Joseph, I'm fine. I'm fine, actually. It was a long time coming. For the first time in a long time, I'm seeing a path to happiness, and now I can focus on myself and stop trying to deny the things that make me happy.
Eh?
I need someone who will be there, someone kind and honest. Duncan, and you deserve that, Joseph. You really do. Joseph. Anyway, I've been having this crazy feeling with someone who I could get in the habit of having around. Someone very close to here. Duncan. Is it Wales?
Ooh.
Joseph. I mean you. Duncan. Oh.
Oh.
Joseph. I was trying to be subtle. I think I'm picking up what Joseph's putting down. I lean forward, closing the gap between us when Joseph grabs the receiver. Joseph, come in. Come in. Is anyone there? Coast Guard. No. Over.
Oh.
Joseph, we're stranded out in open waters. We've been out here for hours. Please send help. Over. Coast Guard. But wait, are you guys gonna kiss?
Sure, Douglas.
I mean, what are your coordinates? Over. Joseph, Duncan, have you been leaning on the talk button this whole time? I look down. Oh, I definitely have been leaning on the talk button. Betrayed by my own butt yet again. Duncan, I didn't lean on it. You leaned on it.
Sure, Douglas.
Coast Guard, neither of you were leaning on the talk button. We didn't hear anything. Over. Joseph, hey, were you listening to us? Coast Guard, sir, we here at the Coast Guard are professionals. We were not doing that. But as professionals, it seems like you deserve happiness, and we think it's closer than you think. This took a turn. This took a real turn, and I'm here for it. Coast Guard, over.
Oh.
Joseph, how soon could you guys be here to give us a tow? Over. Coast Guard, we'll pick you up in the morning. Sounds like you two have some stuff to hash out. Over and out. Witch cackling down here.
Norm MacDonald.
Joseph, wait.
Hey.
Silence. Nobody returns our radio calls.
Oh.
Joseph, I think they left. We stare at each other for a second. Joseph, well. Joseph carefully places the receiver on the table, making sure the talk button isn't pressed in. Duncan. Well, okay.
Hey.
Joseph grabs me by the shirt and pulls me into a kiss. His lips are soft and sweet from the wine, and his skin is still warm from the sun. I reach for his belt and pull him even closer, running my free hand up his shirt, under his shirt and up his side. He pushes me against the boat's console, kissing down my neck. Joseph, come on. His hands drift to my thighs and he effortlessly picks me up. Wow. Joseph carries me below deck. I'd be lying if I said I hadn't fantasized about this, but I didn't think he'd be so aggressive. Joseph, I've wanted this for so long. He throws me onto the bed. I let out a little yelp. Ah! Lots of time to kill, Duncan. We better get started.
He's on about sex, by the way. Just in case it wasn't obvious. Sex. Yeah.
I'm blurry, but it was worth it. Back to the game. Oh man, I might have overdone it on the wine last night. Just a few more minutes of sleep will do just fine. Wait. I opened my eyes to find Joseph's face a few inches from mine, an arm slung around my waist. He's sleeping peacefully. His hair is mussed and his lips still a little red. I think this is what I was talking about when we were discussing Margarita Zone. Finding little. Well, I'm glad it ends the marriage before all this. Yeah, that's true. Finding little perfect moments of joy, like the way the light falls across Joseph's face, or how he's still holding me tight even in his sleep. I'm very tempted to go closer to him and keep sleeping, but I know the Coast Guard will probably be here soon, and I'd like to be wearing clothes when that happens. I also just realised that it doesn't matter that the game was muted for a good half hour earlier, because there's not much background noise anyway. I nudge Joseph. It takes a couple of shakes before he blearily opens his eyes. When he notices me hovering over him, he breaks into a huge grin. Duncan, we should get dressed. Joseph pulls me in for a kiss. Joseph, do we have to? Another kiss. Duncan, stop trying to tempt me. Joseph, fine.
Yeah.
The Coast Guard eventually shows up and tows us back to the bay. They, thankfully, keep their comments to themselves. Oh, hey, chat. I have text. It was Vodafone. It's my service provider. Joseph and step off the yacht, and he walks me to my car. Joseph, I had a great time. Duncan, me too. No thanks to the whales. Duncan, Joseph, shh. You're on land now. They can't hurt you here. Duncan, take care, Joseph.
Oh.
Joseph, you too. He gives me one last kiss on the lips before he turns around and walks back to his boat. Well, I've been gone an entire day. Hopefully Amanda is alright. Duncan, Amanda, Dad! She runs up and hugs me. I was genuinely concerned about your well-being, but upon closer inspection, you seem to be okay. What happened? Duncan, the yacht ran out of gas and we got stuck. But it was okay, because I was on the yacht. Amanda, weren't you scared? Duncan, your father feels no fear. Were you able to take care of yourself for the night? Amanda, yeah, I just did a ton of drugs, vandalised a few cars, and then embezzled some funds from my school. All in all, pretty low-key night. Duncan, where'd you learn that from? Amanda, I learned it from you, Dad. Duncan, well, if you did, you would have funneled those funds through a legitimate cash and carry business, fudging the books over the course of years so you don't arouse suspicion from the feds. Rookie mistake, Panda. Amanda, I'm glad you're back in one piece. Did you make good choices? Duncan, yeah, I think I did. But hey, I'm starving. Want to make sandwiches out of whatever we can find in the fridge? Amanda, more than anything, Pops. Date complete? So I'm assuming the graduation party will be the same every time. Just, obviously, the dad that I've romanced will have more of a scene.
I've never had that much fun in my life. That was awesome. Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome. Oh, achievement pop to Margarita Zone. Woo! Got everything. Yep. Gotta pick the same options.
Oh.
Right, now I'm going to progress slowly through the dialogue, just in case. Okay, Pablo is always the same. Oh no, Mary's here. With everything that's happened between me and Joseph, I should be a good host and say hi to her. But I don't wanna. Come on, Duncan, you can do this. I walk up to Mary. Mary, hey. Duncan, hey. You been good? Mary, just peachy. I have to go over there now. That went about as well as I could have expected it to. Brian, Duncan! Yep, that's the same.
Bro.
That's the same.
Hey.
That's also the same.
Oh.
Robert gestures vaguely to the snack table. Good stuff. Yep. See you later.
Hey.
The sun is setting, everyone seems to have eaten their fill as the party starts to wind down and take a seat next to Joseph. Duncan, Joseph, it's so great to see you again. Joseph, great party. I should have you organise that next youth group mixer. Duncan, my dance skills are ready whenever you need them. Hey, if you aren't busy this weekend, I was thinking we could maybe catch a movie or something.
Oh.
Joseph, yeah, that sounds like it would be fun. This feels weird. It doesn't feel like it did on the yacht. Duncan, so, I guess things are still friendly with Mary? Joseph.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wanted to talk to you about that. Joseph sighs.
Yeah.
We talked, and we talked for a long time. And there was some yelling and some crying, but ultimately, there was reconciliation. I'm sorry, Duncan. I have to make this work with Mary. Duncan. Oh. Joseph, I know, I shouldn't have. I didn't mean to hurt you, and I'm really sorry you got caught up in all of this. I've just felt so alone lately, and I'm not even sure I'm doing the right thing here.
Oh.
You've come to mean so much to me, and I'll never forget all of those beautiful moments we shared together, but I have to thank you. In a way, this whole thing with you helped me realize that I still love my wife. Very much. Duncan, oh, that's great. Joseph, I know this probably isn't what you wanted to hear, and I'm sorry if you were hoping for something different. Bitch, we were! But this is where my life is, and I need to do right by my family. But hey, Joseph squeezes my hand. We'll always have Margarita Zone. No. A quote from my fiance, ladies and gentlemen and non-binary pals. Guys, gals, and non-binary pals. Nope. Go do once a long walk, a very short pier. And yes, I agree. Joseph stands up.
Yeah.
Take care, Duncan. Duncan, you too, Joseph. Joseph walks off. Did I do something wrong? Was there another way this could have ended if I'd done things differently? Yes, actually, you mess up the dates. The bad ending is he leaves his wife. I walk over to the half-melted remnants of the ice cream cake and shove a forkful in my mouth. Unstable airs, it's not lava, it's spicy water. Please remember the deep channel lore. You were here for that. You suggested the game that created that lore. Duncan, this ice cream cake is my new boyfriend. But Unstable airs' advice is to make sure that it's over lava, because it's harder to swim in. The last guests begin to make their way out of the party. Amanda wanders over and sits down next to me. Amanda, killer party pops. Duncan, what can I say? I was inspired. Amanda, so, oh, this is the same present.
Oh.
Guys made some friends, yeah. I know that's maybe not what you were looking for, but these people care about you. I love you, Dad. We'll always have each other. Duncan, you're right. It's going to be hard at first, but this is the next chapter in our story, and I would be nervous about it, but I know that you're always going to be looking out for me the same way I'll always be looking out for you. Amanda, team man? Duncan, team man. That surname is never going to get old. Oh, you can speed up the credits by holding space. Do they go in faster if I left click? They do not. Well, they sped up. I didn't do anything, I promise. Oh, they keep going. So yes, I believe that is Joseph's good ending. And there was apparently a cult ending that you could get originally, but that was removed or something. Greetings from Margarita Zone. Wish you were here. Thanks, Joseph. Thank you for breaking Duncan Man's heart. I want the cult ending too, Unstable Airs. Well, today has been a roller coaster of emotions, thinking I was going to have to replay the entire second act and starting that and then double checking and realizing I didn't and having to do all of that stuff. Thank you everyone who sat through that. I appreciate it. I appreciate the support. The roofers will turn up at some other point, I can only assume. But here endeth the stream. Thank you for watching, everyone. I really appreciate it. Hope you enjoyed. Should be back tomorrow. Roofers be darned. Maybe we'll finish tomorrow. So we've got, what, 5 days left? I think there were 7 days. So tomorrow, quite likely, will be the final stream of this. But there's only one way to find out, and that is to tune in to do that tomorrow, or whenever I stream next. I post on Twitter, I post on Discord. Well, I don't post, there's a bot that posts on Discord for me when I go live. Check those social media channels. I don't know where I'm going with this. And much love to you all, because we ended on kind of a bummer. Joseph going back to his wife. He's got a lot of stuff he needs to work out, apparently. But chat, you know, you're the best community on Twitch. I'm biased, but I'm going to say it. I love each and every one of you, apparently as much as Joseph loves his wife. I don't know why the menu music is so loud. I was saying really nice things, and you could barely hear it. Big sigh. Big sigh. It's only the main menu music as well. Like, the rest of the game is really quiet, that's why I turned all the sound down, but then just the menu is still really loud. I think it's a separate volume control. Oh, I've just noticed that the faces are now coloured in the proper colours for the dads I've finished the stories for. That's pretty cool. I guess maybe you get the good ending, you get the portrait. Anyway, I will hopefully see you all tomorrow. Much love to the best looking chat community on Twitch. And pet your pets, tell them they're good pets, tell them I love them because animals are adorable. And I will, best wishes to you and your loved ones. Stay safe, healthy, wholesome. Catch you another time.